Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. Today, let's talk about what's happening in the month of August. Now, half of the 2022 is over, it's gone, and you still feel, oh my god, I haven't done this and that. Everything is pending, right? And we have two major planets retrograde in the month of August. Jupiter retrograde in its own sign, Pisces, and then we have Saturn retrograde in Capricorn. And within this month, there are two more planets which are reaching to their own sign. That is Sun in Leo and Mercury in Virgo. So this is the right time to start again. Wherever you are stuck, just start again. And the major theme with Sun getting into Leo, that transition from Ashlesha to Magha in the month of August, is getting back into your power. Enough of self-doubts, enough of trust issues which you have, maybe on the world, maybe on yourself. Leave it all behind, start again. Okay, so this is a major shift with Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, Sun in their own sign, especially after 17th of August. It's a huge change for you when Sun reaches back to its home, when it's in Leo. Whatsoever house is occupied by this planet, in whatsoever house this transit is happening, you have to work on your own happiness. You have to work with respect to that house. Some self-work, self-change, confidence is required with respect to that house. Okay, so yes, Sun is here to bring you back a lot of light, power, and happiness. Be confident about yourself and wherever you are going. So a lot of people ask, okay, how to listen to this analysis as per ascendant, as per moon, as per the sun sign? Well, you can listen to all three of them. You can listen to this as per your ascendant, moon, sun, all three signs. It'll be fun to watch. And for some people, they resonate more with their moon sign. I have seen majority of the people who resonate with their moon sign, and also there is a category which goes along with their ascendant sign. So just listen whatever resonates with you. And also, we have a full moon in Capricorn this month. We have Shravana Purnima. So full moon in Capricorn, and we already have Saturn in Capricorn right now, retrograde. So some choices have to be made with respect to your ambition, your career, your path. A tough choice. Finally you have to make this decision. So yeah, it's quite life-changing in the month of August. On 17th of August, Sun will transit into Leo. Until that, it will be continuing its journey in Cancer. Finally, Mars is going away from Rahu. It's leaving Rahu behind. And on the 10th of August, it will move into Taurus. So it will be a great relief for a lot of people. Then on 7th of August, Venus moving into Cancer up to 31st of August. Between 1st to 21st of August, Mercury will be in Leo, and after 21st, it will move into Virgo. Jupiter going retrograde on 29th of July in Pisces, and it will stay retrograde up to 24th November 2022. A very important transition, Sun moving from Ashlesha to Magha. Then we have a full moon in Capricorn. We have a Shravana Purnima this month. And of course, full moon will be along with the transiting Saturn in Capricorn. A very important thing to notice. And then we have Rahu Ketu continuing their journey in the axis of Aries and Libra. So let's start with Aries. What do we have for you? For Aries, Sun is going into your 5th house in Leo in the month of August, and this is something which is bringing great energy back into your life. If you have been feeling like there is not enough energy, not enough hope and happiness, so this transit of Sun, which is happening on 17th of August, moving into Leo, and here Sun will be along with the Mercury for a few days, not for a long time, because on 21st of August Mercury will move into your Virgo sign, that is your sixth house. So overall, Sun in the fifth house, that entry of Sun in the fifth house is amazing. It's bringing your hope back, it's helping you to be positive, optimistic about your goals, and whatever skill you have, you will have the power to use that skill in a great way, and you will be the center of attraction. People will look up to you for what you are doing, what you are giving to this world. So overall, you are this king in the month of August. There are certain challenges because the Jupiter goes retrograde in the 12th house. It went retrograde on 29th July, and it will be retrograde up to 24th November. So we'll talk about that a bit later, but Sun is helping you to shine in a great way, despite of how the ninth lord getting retrograde in the 12th house. Whatever opportunity is coming in your path, maybe you're not easily getting the profit of that, the gain of that opportunity, or you cannot use it in a great way. But Sun is bringing back that strength, that positivity, so that you can make the best of your opportunities. And fifth house is the house of children, and I think that's why I have this inner child card here for you, because it's about not just taking care of your children. Like, if you don't have children, it might have a different meaning. It's just that whatever your child, the inner child deep within you, wanted to achieve, I think it's a very fruitful time to reconnect with those hobbies or activities which you always wanted to do. And Sun is also about soul, so being happy with yourself is a major theme for the month of August. So Sun is bringing positivity, it's also bringing romance, happiness, great connection with the people around you. Okay, so Sun is a very positive aspect for the month of August, and Jupiter going retrograde, which is your ninth and the 12th lord retrograde in the 12th house. I think it's about being patient with yourself. You are looking to complete certain tasks, or you just want to reach to this final conclusion. I want this ending, I want this to happen. It will happen, but I think you are working very hard for that. With Saturn retrograde in the 10th house, you're working very hard for that, but deep within there is not enough belief, there is not enough faith that I will reach there. You have this fear of uncertain things may happen in the path. So hard work is important, but equally it's also important that you should hope for the best. You should have the trust in the process on your hard work. So Jupiter, in the 12th house in Pisces, you have a fear that my work will stay pending, or if it's a relationship or it's a project, whatever it is, or maybe it's your health. Maybe it's your health as well, being hopeless about your health. It won't work. It's just that this Jupiter going retrograde in your 12th house, it means that have faith even in the most difficult time. Give yourself some time, and you will see that healing happening. You will see that relationship working. You will see that work is bringing results. It's just that you have to hold on to the light for a certain time. So Jupiter can bring expenditure with respect to health, expenditure of energy, because you are focusing on many things all together. Jupiter may also bring some kind of expenditure related to travel, or maybe some kind of expenditure related to hospitalization, because you also have Mars transiting from second house in Taurus from 10th of August onwards. So maybe someone else in the family is not well, and then you have to spend money for that. And yes, a lot of efforts, aggressive efforts towards the home affairs, working on your resources, taking care of your loved ones is indicated. For some people it could also be a major deal happening with respect to property, or you're gaining something from inheritance, or getting a profit because of the ancestral property. Whatever you are gaining from the family, you will have some kind of profit with that. Venus is in Cancer between 7th of August to 31st of August, and Venus in your chart is the 7th lord, where right now Ketu is transiting in Libra, and Venus also rules the second house, where Mars will be transiting in the second house. So you must understand in this transit, well, a lot of focus is towards family, taking care of their needs. You are a giver in the month of August. You're doing a lot. There is a surrender which you are doing, because you want that no one around you should feel unloved. But with that, your cup is getting empty. Okay, so you might be very challenging for your own self. You are creating challenges for your health, for your happiness, and also with Ketu in the Libra 7th house, you feel that there is not enough justice or equality in your current partnership, relationship, business partnership. You are doing your best, but you feel there is some kind of inequality. And this is the time when you have to stand for yourself. I think the major theme for this month is to fill your own cup rather than pouring onto other people. Rahu is in your first house right now, transiting from Aries, because a lot of self work is indicated, working on your identity, taking initiative. So Venus here in Cancer shows that it's time to work on yourself. Taking care of your needs is important. Working on yourself is important. So Venus is bringing a kind of a break, maybe, or simply a time when you are completely dedicated to your own self, your own, buying yourself some good things, maybe good food, luxury, or grooming yourself. All of this is indicated, and it is the people around you who will push you to work like this, to work on your own self. You also have a full moon in your 10th house this month, and yes, moon will be along with the transiting Saturn in Capricorn. So a major decision with respect to career might happen, a major change may happen. Maybe you are moving to a different office or different place, you are traveling. A lot of strength is required, patience is required at the work front. I think you will definitely succeed. It's just that there will be few days when things might feel a bit out of control, and you have to really work on yourself. You have to be more disciplined and patient in those difficult days, and it will be very rewarding as well. So your patience is being tested in the month of August. Mercury is transiting from Leo till 21st of August, and then it will be in your 6th house. So from 21st August onwards, I think you are more concerned about your health. You will push yourself to be more dedicated towards your health goals, more dedicated towards a daily regime. Like, I want to exercise, I want to eat well, I have to work a lot on myself. Till 21st August, I think Mercury is making you work towards your goals and ambitions. And also you will make new friends in this month. If not, then you are reconnecting with your old friends, and you will think about the past good memories. And yeah, it's a time of enjoying and reconnecting with people. It's very important that you do so. Now let's focus on our messages. Okay, so our very first message is inner child. Allow me to give compassion and love to that little one. Let me attend to its deepest needs and feelings. So, this message resonates a lot with Sun. I have already told you how it will transit from your fifth house in Leo. And this is also a card which talks about Jupiter going retrograde in the 12th house. Are you doubting your dreams? Are you having a doubt on whether you will reach to that final destination or not? You know why this doubt is there of not being able to get there, get things done, not being able to have a firm faith that whatever dream I have, I will accomplish it. Because the inner child has undergone so much. You might have not received enough compassion, or you're not compassionate enough to your own self. You are not attending to your deepest needs and feelings and constantly working towards what the world is saying. That is the theme with Saturn retrograde in the 10th house. That is your work, ambitions, and Jupiter going retrograde in the 12th house. That is your dreams, your hopes, deep embedded in your subconscious mind, your deepest needs and feelings. So it's time to attend your deepest needs and feelings. Enjoy. Whatever you feel it makes you happy, follow that for a while. Even if you go off track for a few hours, every day, you can take out some time for what you love to do. So inner child over here is about respecting yourself, taking care of yourself. I was just mentioning about your cup is empty and you're pouring out to others. This cannot happen for a long time. This cannot happen on a long run. So respecting yourself, taking care of that child who has been lost deep within you, that needs great care. And once you connect to that inner child, you respect that child, you love that child, whatever the child wants to do, you're letting that child do, you will start loving yourself. You will start seeing the magic what Venus is bringing in your life in Cancer. That is your fourth house. So compassion, self-love is the biggest lesson, and have a firm faith that your dreams will be fulfilled. If not today, if not tomorrow, very soon it will, and no one can block you from that. The next message is full moon in Pisces. It says forgive. Now, the reason why I selected this particular card is to focus on what the full moon is bringing for you in the month of August. So the full moon is happening in Capricorn, and of course we have Saturn retrograde in the very same house. So the message for this full moon happening in your 10th house is forgive. There has been a lot of turbulence in the career path. If not turbulence, there are certain events which left a memory, maybe a guilt, maybe at some point of time you felt ashamed or you felt weak, that I couldn't handle this in the right way, I could have done better. So you have to forgive yourself for that, because you are a work in progress and that is okay. So this is what the full moon wants to tell you, that I forgive everyone who needs it in my life, and it's done. Because it's because of the fault of other people. Firstly, you're blaming yourself that you weren't able to achieve something, and then also you are blaming your own self for a lot of things which is actually not your mistake. So strike a balance between your duties and what you need to do for your inner peace. Okay, so that is the major theme, creating a right balance between work and the mental health. Hanging on to anger is very difficult for you. It can be very toxic, so you have to move on and forgive everything for your own good, and this will take you to a very brighter future. And I'm a work in progress, that is okay. This is the optimism, the happiness which you're getting through sun transiting from your fifth house. Everything will be okay, everything will be good. So now let's look into some fortune cookies for you. What's going to happen in the month of August? Okay, so we have luck and we also have friendship. A friend needs your help, your kindness, and excellent counseling skills will put them back on track. So, yes, Sun in the fifth house again. Friendship is something so important. Maybe there is this one friend who is helping you in this month. It could be that way as well. And then we have luck. A sudden change of luck is likely. Things are working in your favor. Excellent time for networking. So again, it talks about friendship. It talks about networking. And I was telling you with how Jupiter going retrograde in the 12th house, do not worry. Because whatever you are doing, things will work in your favor, even if it feels like it's not happening right now. For Taurus, in the month of August, Sun is transiting from your fourth house in Leo. So, fourth lord is transiting from the fourth house. Though Sun is in its own sign, but the fourth house for Sun is a time for retreat. It's time to take a break, take some rest. So, for you also, it's time to take rest and have a break. Like, if you focus too much on the affairs of the 10th house, too much focus on work, too much focus on what is going to happen next, it will just make you more drained, more unhappy, like there is a lost sense of self for you. So Sun, there's a reason why Sun is here in the fourth house for you this month. It's time to show some love to yourself, and I think that's why this card of self-love came for you. Okay, we'll talk about this a bit later, but Sun transiting from fourth house, it is the fourth lord. This means that there is more focus on yourself, domestic front, people around you, and moreover respecting your own self, respecting what you did till now and what you are doing for others. Because some people out there might be complaining that you're not doing enough, you are not either be the right person in authority, you're not the right person who is taking care of everything, you are not fulfilling your responsibilities well, or simply there is some kind of argument with a family member who is like a father figure, a guardian, or maybe a male figure in your family. There is some kind of argument is happening. So it's very important that you must trust whatever you are doing. It's really a lot. Just look at the transit, like Sun, which represents father, is in your fourth house right now. It represents authority, it is your soul as well. And then you have Saturn retrograde in the ninth house in Capricorn. This house also represents father, it also represents the guiding figure. So there is some kind of a clash with either the father or the authority at the work front, maybe some kind of a clash with the guru. So you have to protect yourself from people who are in authority in this particular month. I'm not saying you have to surrender or you have to just, kneel down in front of them. It's just that you have to protect your dignity. You have to protect your light, your confidence and identity. Be strong. Be confident enough about what you have done till now and what you are doing. And when you love yourself, when you respect yourself, that confidence will come naturally to you. And there is more focus towards taking care of your family. Maybe you want to declutter your house, you want to clean your house in this particular month, because I think this will give you immense happiness. Sometimes, the things around us, the arrangement of things around us, it also blocks our energy. So some kind of cleaning or decluttering activity is going to help you greatly. So some kind of work maybe you're trying to do at home as well right now. And Mercury will stay in your fourth house between 1st to 21st August in Leo. Here Mercury is the second lord. So again, reconnecting with the loved ones, reconnecting with family, communicating with them may happen. Certain arguments might be there between you and some important people, because these arguments are happening because these people are not trusting your ability, they're not trusting your decisions. And financially also, you will see great gain, you will see financial growth. Sudden growth is going to happen. Unexpectedly you will see some kind of a gain coming to you. Unexpectedly you will see that you never had those expectations, like whatever you are working on, you might be like, okay, what would happen, I will get this or that, but that success is coming in a grand way to you. Unexpectedly it may happen to you. Jupiter going retrograde in the 12th house, where Jupiter is your 8th lord. So unexpectedly you will see some kind of a great financial gain, or like you are waiting for some kind of a promotion and you're not sure what will happen. But I think something beneficial is definitely coming for you, and it's very unexpected. And Jupiter also indicates, do not rely too much on the people around you, whether it's your network, whether it's your friends. I think you are relying too much on someone for your answers. You're relying on someone who is giving you a lot of assurity that I will make this happen, I will do this for you. That assurance, I think you should not depend upon that. You should be depending on your own work and your own ideas, and whatever you are doing, wherever you want to go, you should be assured that you will do that part, not others will do that for you, because this may bring troubles in the future. It may bring failures in the future if you rely too much on others. And also Mars is transiting from your first house in Taurus, where Mars is the lord of the 12th house. So the 12th lord coming back to the first house. Again, it's starting with a new journey, and Mars will be in Taurus. So health needs great care, because you have Rahu and Aries in your 12th house, Mars in the first house. All that tension, all that aggressiveness, all that resentment which you may have, especially from the family troubles, may give you some headache or problems connected to blood pressure, something related to eyesight. So all of these things needs to be taken care of. Otherwise, Mars is bringing you in action. It's bringing more energy so that you can fulfill your work, fulfill your task in a great way, and also a very constructive work towards your finances, increasing your financial gain, working on doing some kind of investment, saving your money is going to happen. And as soon as Mercury goes into the 5th house in Virgo after 21st August, you will see a better change with respect to work. You will have that great energy of intellect and hard work coming together. Like you will be very I would say dedicated towards your path. maybe for the initial few days of August, you might not be in that right energy. Like you want to do a lot, but you cannot. You don't have that energy, or you don't have that motivation. But by the end of August, your motivation will come back to you, and you're very successful in your work. You will make new network with respect to whatever hobby you have or whatever skill you have, and you will learn a lot from those people as well. Venus transiting from Cancer, that is your third house. So this is a time to share your love, whatever you want to give to this world. Do not hesitate to compliment someone. Do not hesitate to say what you feel, because if you don't say what you feel, you might be taken for granted, or the other person may start developing misunderstanding. So do not be too worried that you may feel like a villain in someone else's life. You have to be always very soft and kind to others. You may feel this in the month of August. No, I have to be always nice or always be gentle. Well, there are ways through which you can convey your message. You need not to be angry every time to convey your message. Softly, gracefully, you can convey your message. Like if you want to set boundaries with someone, you can convey it very softly and nicely. If you want to really give your love to someone, and you should not hesitate with respect to that. So Venus is helping you to work on your relationships in this particular month, on your emotional connection with other people. And then you also have a full moon in Capricorn in the ninth house, where Saturn is retrograde right now. So I think there is a very important lesson coming to you in the month of August. This lesson is either coming through a guardian, maybe your mother or father, or simply a life event in the month of August will help you to know your true path, your true potential, and this will also help you to understand the importance of the good things in your life which you are ignoring till now. And that's why we have this card of focus on positive. So let's look at these cards and what are they telling to you. The first one over here is self-love. It says, let the wall fall that separates me from my own vulnerable inner child. I long to take care of myself like never before. A complete picture shown by Sun in Leo in your fourth house. Let the wall fall that separates me from my own vulnerable inner child. What you have to do for yourself, you must do it. That wall which separates you from your own self is the 10th house, the world, the people, the ambitions. You are not your ambitions. Ambition part comes later. First, respect and love yourself, no matter how many flaws you have. Okay, so this is something so important. Like you can see this child is holding the hand of his father or maybe a guardian, and I was telling you, with Sun and Leo in the fourth house and Saturn in the ninth house in Capricorn retrograde, there is something connected to a guardian, to a parent, which is changing in the month of August. Maybe they need you more than before, or maybe you need their guidance, assistance at this time. So some major change, some major blessing is coming through the people around you, especially someone who is elder, and this will change your life. This person will tell you how important you are and how important it is to take care of yourself before you can help others as well. The next card is a new moon in Sagittarius. Focus on the positive. So you have a full moon in Capricorn in the ninth house, which is of course the Sagittarius energy, and Sagittarius rules the 8th house. So it says focus on positive, because Jupiter, the Sagittarius sign, rules your 8th house. Be hopeful, be optimistic about life, because things change in a blink of eye. You should never have this thought that this situation of mine, this mindset of mine, or this problem of mine will last forever. Count your blessings in this month. The more you focus on the positive will expand. It's all about focus on what you are looking at. Also, this shows some kind of travel, because you have full moon in the ninth house in Capricorn. Travel because of work may happen. It's kind of an adventurous journey. You're exploring something new, with respect to work, or maybe you're learning something as you travel, as you meet new people. Maybe you may meet a new guru, a new teacher, a new boss. So make sure you enjoy this ride wherever you are going, and be optimistic. Okay, you can maintain a diary and you just write over there 5 reasons to be cheerful in my life, and focus on those 5 reasons every day. Stop worrying and start just focusing on your path, the current path. The more you can master the art of feeling good, the longer this positive feeling will stay with you. Okay, and the last one is, a bad day doesn't mean a bad life. Tomorrow will be different. So yes, I'm saying this again and again. Even if a certain memory, a certain moment in your life is bad, or if today you just felt like, oh, I'm absolutely garbage, I cannot be good in anything, this is just a feeling which is temporary. If one day goes bad, it doesn't mean that your entire life will be bad. Life keeps changing, it will always change, and you should not stay fixed on a certain mindset forever, that this is not going to change. So this is a symbol of optimism, being hopeful that things will change tomorrow. Now let's look into a few fortune cookies for you, what's happening in the month of August. We have love, and we have care required. So the care required says, guard yourself against deception and be careful of making foolish mistakes at this time. And this one says love. Love is in the air, a great time for commitment and taking relationship to the next level. So this is about, again, understanding who is good for you and who is not. With Mercury going into Virgo in the 5th house of romantic connections, and also this is house which does show friendships, the friendships which you are dealing with since your younger age, the bonds you're dealing with the younger age. So someone is really helping you to feel happy, or you're looking forward to be dedicated towards a partnership. You want to really just practically work on that relationship. Enough of the romantic things. You just want to take your partnership to a next level. This may happen. And also with Rahu in the 12th house in Aries, you need to guard yourself against deception. You have to be very careful before you make any important decision. Do not rush just to make a decision. Hey everyone, let's talk about the sign of Gemini. If you have ascendant, moon or sun in Gemini, then do listen to this part of video. And if you hear any kind of background disturbance or noise, I'm sorry for that. I really have no control over it, but I'll try to be as clear and loud so that you can listen to me, you can listen to this in a clear way. So what's happening for Gemini people? Well, Jupiter going retrograde in the 10th house, and it will stay retrograde till 24th November 2022. So the biggest change happening in your chart is the 10th Lord going retrograde. this means that you are dealing with a lot of work. There are multiple things to be taken care of, and you may end up feel confused that which work needs to be done first. There is a lot. I'm not saying you will be in a massive confusion. You may feel low. No, there is no such kind of issue. It's just that you have to set your priorities, which work needs to be done first. Okay, that kind of a major decision needs to be done. And yes, you are trying to complete a lot of things. If Jupiter is in 10th house retrograde, that doesn't mean only you are focusing on your work. You're just focusing on your work priorities, what needs to be done first, what needs to be done later. But overall, in all aspects of life, some kind of a restructure is required. You have to really restructure your strategies, what you want to do, whether it's relationships, finances, career. And there is a lot of work for you in the next few months, especially in the month of August, where Sun is reaching into your third house in Leo. This is a time when I think you are blessed with a lot of energy and power. Your ability to communicate, your ability to make the right efforts, your ability to focus in the right direction. Sun is blessing you with that. And you'll be also a center of attraction for many people. Like, there are so many admirers around you. They will appreciate you, they will support you in whatever you are doing. And also, we have this freedom card, which talks a lot about the Sun's transit in Leo and also Jupiter going retrograde in the 10th house. There is some kind of freedom you want. You don't want to be any kind of confusion anymore, whether it's your work, whether it's some kind of a partnership, relationship, friendship. You don't want to remain in confusion. You want to sort it out. You want to just have a clarity. So you're working for that clarity. Let's just read this card. So it says freedom. I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from its bonds. So Sun is helping you with that clarity. Sun is helping you to work in the right direction. Whatever aspect of your life is right now in chaos, it's not in a good place, I think you will sort out that. You will have this optimism and strength to do that because you feel stuck somewhere. Maybe it's because of Saturn being retrograde in the 8th house, and also we have a full moon in Capricorn in the month of August, which will happen in your 8th house. Moon will be along with the transiting Saturn. So this is completely a sign that you want freedom from something. Maybe it's your responsibility, maybe it's some kind of liabilities. It's a place where you cannot say no. You're stuck, but I think you will find this freedom to say no. Like, I no longer want to be in this situation which is making me guilty, unhappy, or full of resentment. So freedom is something which is very important. And for you, Venus is going into Cancer, which is the house of family for you, the second house, and it will be in Cancer. So this is also a very great placement where you're trying to make your relationships stronger. It's about focusing on such people who truly care for you, who truly love you, and you are also ready to give them back that love, care, and nourishment. So with Freedom card and Venus being in second house in Cancer, there is a need to draw boundaries where you have to focus on what is good for you and what is not good for you. Because sometimes what happens when we need affection, we need care, in that need we land up into wrong places, we end up with very wrong people. We try to do our all formalities, we work hard for them, but actually they don't deserve it. It's like we have this need to be respected, to be loved, and then we end up into wrong places with the wrong people. So Venus in Cancer in the second house wants you to appreciate that good people in your life who truly care for you, and you are ready to give that love. And Venus in your chart is the 12th lord. 12th lord transiting from second house, and you have Mars in Taurus, which is your 12th house. So this month could be about a lot of expenditures related to family, and you will also focus a lot on your needs like grooming, like whatever you're passionate about. This month is also dedicated to love, connections, relationship. You will feel very passionate about someone, or you're passionate about your goals at this time. So with respect to love connections, there is one more transit right now which is a bit challenging. That is Ketu transiting 5 places away from your moon, from your ascendant, or from your sun. So Ketu over here indicates that you are a bit clueless about what's happening right now. Whether this friendship, whether this new connection, or even a new business partnership, is it something which can be long lasting? So you have to work on your patience. You have to observe everything, learn things from day to day. You have to really focus on what's going on rather than reaching to a decision very quickly, reaching to a conclusion. You have to just observe everything quietly. There is no hurry to reach to any conclusion right now. All right, so Mars in the 12th house in Taurus, yes, there are certain expenditures, and expenditure with respect to physical energy is there. You may feel drained because of your work, but financially you will grow. There is no problem with that. And Mercury will transit from your 3rd house as well as your 4th house, because initially till 21st August, Mercury will stay in Leo, and then it will move into Virgo, that is your 4th house. So Mercury is really helping you to focus on your goals. Very dedicatedly, you will be chasing what you want, and it will be a very busy period for you, the month of August. Let's look into these 2 more cards. So I specifically chose this card because we have full moon in Capricorn, so I wanted to know what kind of energy it will bring for you. So your full moon is happening in the 8th house, and moon will be along with the transiting Saturn at this time. And this card is bringing a suggestion, a message to relax. It says, when I nurture myself, life nurtures me back. So a lot is connected to also the Venus transiting from Cancer, that is your 2nd house. You have to nurture yourself, you have to take care of yourself so that the life take cares of you. What you are giving is what you are receiving. You will be resolving certain family issues, any kind of a conflict with a loved one, especially mother or a sister or a mother-like figure. And it could be also that you are visiting your home, or you're visiting your family members, and a lot of protection and love is coming into your life. You and your loved ones are being protected. You should understand this. You need not to worry about everyone. And if someone in your life needs you right now, you should support that person. Be kind to that person without expecting anything in return. Like a giver, like a healer, you should work towards that. And most importantly, this card, new moon in Cancer, talks about develop a thick skin, so that every day you will find someone who will attack you in some way, through words, through some kind of criticism. So you have to work on that thick skin. You have to develop that attitude that nothing can impact me. Or like if 1 year is equals to 12 months, so 12 months means 12 people coming into my life, and they will just impact me every time. So what will happen? For the whole 12 months, I won't be able to focus on anything. So you need to develop a thick skin. So no matter whosoever comes and goes, you are focused on your goals, right? The last one is your struggle is not an indication of failure. So definitely Saturn being retrograde, 8 places away from your moon, sun, ascendant, there is a struggle to move ahead. Like there is a sluggish growth happening in your life. You are literally working a lot, but you don't see the results very quickly. So don't worry about that. Even if you fail for a single day, it's okay. It is not a permanent failure for you. You are struggling, you are working, and with this, you are becoming this owl. Owl is a symbol of wisdom. Owl has a great vision at night, so even in the dark, your vision is helping you to find your freedom. Okay, so the month of August is about finding freedom, finding happiness wherever you are, and not thinking too much about your failures. Let's draw some fortune cookie cards for you to understand what's happening in the month of August. We have nature, okay, and society. So the society card says, say yes to all the wonderful invitations coming in your way, excellent networking opportunities, and new love interests for singles will be the result. So yes, with Mercury being going into your third house, there is a lot of invitations coming to you for work, maybe new friendships, maybe you have a certain hobby and you may find very similar people. So you will meet new people. Even Jupiter transiting from 10,000 Pisces means that some people are coming into your life to help you in your work or resolving certain issue. The next one is nature. Interact with nature in the outdoors, around animals, farmlands, or by the ocean. This will be good for the soul and healing for you. So this again talks about Sun transiting from your third house. Movement, connecting with the outside world, connecting with the nature, and it will act as a best healer for you. Spend some time in the sunlight and you will see a very positive change deep within you, because you have to move yourself, you have to travel, you have to move around, so that you just forget about that stagnation or sluggish growth which is happening maybe currently, and so that you can get new fresh ideas how to move ahead constantly. Hi everyone, let's talk about the sign of Cancer. If you have your moon, ascendant, sun in the sign of Cancer, do listen to this part of the video. And I'm sorry if you hear any kind of disturbance in the background. I really can't help with that, but I'll try to be as clear and loud. Okay, so what's happening for you in the month of August? Number one, Venus moving into Cancer, that is your first house. And how beautifully, this time when I shuffled the oracle cards, I think for every sign I'm getting such beautiful messages. The first one is intuition. Venus in Cancer, your first house, your intuition is everything. What you feel from your heart, what your heart says to you, yes, listen to it. Venus in your chart is the lord of the fourth, as well as it rules the 11th house. So there's a lot of work happening with respect to self-love, loving your own self, trusting your own self. Till now, you might be thinking you were too influenced by others in some way, like you were too dependent on others for some kind of love, affection, assistance. But now you are realizing your strength. Even if you are this a very kind-hearted person, that is your strength, that is not your weakness. You must realize this in the month of August. And the first card we have is intuition. It says each person's road to inner Lord is extraordinary and personal. How liberating to listen inside and sense moment to moment what's needed. So this is all about listening to yourself. not listening to others. Like, first house is self. Listen to yourself, what your heart is saying, what your emotions are saying, what your body is saying to you. So it's like taking care of your external beauty, but also taking care of your internal beauty. You have to take care of your emotions. You have to respect yourself, most importantly. Maybe there is a lot of love which you are giving to your own self. You may groom, you may change your way how you look, your hairstyle, your dressing. And with respect to your emotional state, your mental health, your heart, you are also trying to take care of it. Now, no more seeking answers from the outer world, not depending upon other people to find your answers, not depending upon other people to feel validated. Now, your intuition, your heart is guiding you. You are not now too dependent on others in the month of August. You're very clear, you can understand what the other person's behavior means, and once you read this other person's behavior, you get the clarity who they are and what they seek in you, what they think about you. So this is about developing a beautiful quality that is self-love, taking care of your own needs, and this is a very beautiful energy. I think your life will change somehow in the month of August. Like, you will make an important decision of trusting your own self. If you haven't done that, do it. At least practice this for 1 month. Trusting your own self, trusting your beauty, your ability, and see the change. You will find a lot of balance in life, whether it's your wealth, whether it's your health, whether it's your relationships or career. You will see that, and financially, you will see a lot of improvement with the 10th Lord Mars going into Taurus, that is your 11th house. You will see great abundance. You will see that there is great energy within you. You are very efficient. Whatever you want, you can achieve it very easily, because here Mars is the yoga karaka for you. Mars is the 5th and the 10th lord, so it is helping you to now utilize your energy, your efforts in a great way. Till now, Mars was with Rahu in Aries. So you wanted to do a lot of things, but there was too much of confusion. There was too much of chaos. What to do, how to do. There's so much to do, but I don't know how to get there. But now, as Mars is away from Rahu, it's in Taurus, 11th house. Now you know how to productively work for what you want. Your skills, your hard work, your energy, your strategies, everything is helping you in a great way. And with Sun moving into Leo, second lord in the second house for you, a family event may happen, some kind of celebration may happen, or some kind of reunion may happen. So there is a major focus towards family, meeting important people. Like, you were not in touch with someone, and now you will get back to this person, and there is a new responsibility for you towards family. You have to work for their upliftment in some way. You have to be the sun, glowing, shining for other people. So it's like, whatever your family wants from you, whatever they require from you, you have to struggle a bit to give that. Like how the sun shines for everyone, but it burns deep within, right? So you will successfully complete your responsibilities, your duties towards the loved ones, but you may struggle a bit, as if your identity is lost in that process. But whatever you are doing, you will reach to great success, and finances are something so important for you. On one hand, you will see this growth and expansion, but you're also doing some changes at your home, or maybe because of family. So on the other hand, the money is also going away. So saving your money is a very important lesson which you may learn in this particular month. And Jupiter, our main theme was Jupiter. Jupiter is going retrograde on 29th of July, and it will stay retrograde in your ninth house Pisces till 24th November 2022. So what Jupiter is doing, Jupiter uh, is taking you back to certain places where you have to complete certain things. It is not a negative thing for you. You have to go back to certain places, certain aspects of your life. It could be your finances, it could be your work, it could be your studies, it could be learning something. You have to revise, like how you revise a lesson before an exam. You have to go back and make things complete because something is left unaccomplished till now. And also for a lot of you, this means traveling to a spiritual place. And once you do that, you will see a major change, a major shift happening in your life, your spiritual journey, your pilgrimage. That aspect will change your life. It will bring a new zest, it will bring new energy and fresh ideas. So if you feel a bit lethargic, if you feel there is no energy in you, you feel depressed, so it's time to visit to a spiritual place, and it will be a game changer. And Jupiter also in the ninth house indicates for people who are studying right now, for them it's time to put in more efforts. Extra focus is required for, because for you Jupiter is not just the ninth lord, but it also rules the sixth house of obstacles. So some struggles are there in completing your studies or completing your work, whatever assignment you have. And also for those who are trying to do their own work, who are in a phase of planning things, for you also, whether it's a business, it's kind of an enterprise, whatever it is, you have to reassess everything. Like you have this urge to finally reach to the end point, but something needs to be done again, repeated again. And also there are certain opportunities which you might be ignoring, thinking that it won't be useful, especially with respect to career. I think you should look into those opportunities. You will find something great. Just do not ignore any opportunity by saying this is not meant for me, this is too hard for me. Something great is waiting for you. Okay, because career changes are happening. Rahu transiting from 10,000 Aries, yes, it will bring a lot of changes. There will be times when you may feel a bit uneasy because of this transit, but along with that, you will also develop a lot. You will establish great things with Rahu's energy. Rahu will challenge you, but through this challenge, it's sharpening your skills. It's making you more focused towards where you should be looking at. Okay, so this is how the Jupiter retrograde is working for you. And let's look into these cards now. So we have discussed this one, that you need to focus on your intuition, what your heart is saying. That is the most important thing for you, nothing more important than that. Whether it's your relationships, your work, your health, your intuition will guide you. The next card we have is first quarter moon in Capricorn. Unleash your kindest self. So I chose this card just to understand the full moon happening in the month of August. So you will have full moon in your seventh house. It will be along with the transiting Saturn in Capricorn. And we have this card, unleash your kindest self. So this full moon happening in the seventh house talks about how hard you are on your own self, or because other people are too hard on you, and that makes you a person who is criticizing the self. You're hard on yourself because others are doing that. So it's kind of like you are mirroring that impact on yourself. What others are doing, it's impacting to you, and you are doing the same thing with your own self. So you are too strict with your own self. This is the first possibility. If not that, then you are strict on other people. Why you have this bitterness? Because of how you were being treated, and you need to release that. You should focus on your kindest self. It's good to be, realistic, but you don't have to be so focused in the current hard reality that you forget to enjoy life. There is this one line about this particular message in the guidebook. Let me say that it's good to be realistic, but you don't want to have that stench of reality so far up in your nose that you can no longer smell life's perfumes. So, by the influence of the entire world, how they are treating you, you're focusing a lot on which is not good, which is a part of the struggle of your life, and you forgot to focus on the good things, the beauty the life has to offer. Life will offer you both the good and the bad, but your focus right now is only on the bad, and that makes you a very unkind person to your own self. You are strict with your own self, and the people around you, especially the public, any kind of partnership, marriage, romantic or business partnership, that person, that particular individual is also making you very upset right now. Like, this person is making you forget about your own worth. So you have to break that problem. You have to break that curse. You have to be loving and caring towards yourself. Everything is not your problem. Everything is not your mistake. So going beyond that is important. Use your energy beautifully. Do not use your energy in some kind of a battle which you have with other people. All the time your energy is engaged into that. Feeling good about life is a powerful tool to manifest what you seek. Okay, so be kind to self. We have both messages very similar to each other. The last one is, you have survived every day of your life so far. You really think today will be the one that defeats you? No, you have thrived. You have survived beautifully every day, even if there was some kind of a challenge, but you were there. You were successful. Every morning you just wake up and you're ready for life, even no matter how much struggles you have dealt with. So why do you think that, okay, today will be the bad day of my life? That is the message for August. Do not think that you will be defeated. You have been a winner all the time. It's because you have thrived. You are surviving greatly. So even if there are few days when you don't feel good, don't think that is the ultimate failure for you. So let's look into some fortune cookie cards. What's happening in the month of August? We have surprise. And oh wow, again, intuition. So intuition is saying, trust your intuition. It's a great time to learn a new skill, change careers, or invest money. So with respect to all aspects of life, listen to your intuition. Okay, though Venus is not considered so good in Cancer, it's considered to be the enemy sign, but I think this is what this transit is all about: mind versus heart. If you haven't watched that video, go watch it. I have done one video on Venus. It will help you a lot. But here, in this month, it's your intuition which will win. And you have to listen to what your heart says. Okay. Then the next card is surprise. A disappointment will be followed by a pleasant surprise. An invitation could bring love to those searching. So again, Venus in Cancer, first house, a surprise is coming, and then you have Jupiter in the ninth house in Pisces as well. So unexpectedly, something out there is going to make you happy. It's going to make you hopeful all again. Hey everyone, if you have your ascendant, moon, or sun in the sign of Leo, then do listen to this particular part of this analysis, and let's understand what does the month of August is bringing for you. So the month of August is very life changing, and how should I say, we already have this particular message, reframe. I don't know, I have been so lucky this time. This deck is amazing, like it's bringing the right messages for each and every sign. So there is some kind of a change happening for you, and it will reframe your life for the good. There's nothing bad here. Even if that experience appears to be difficult, it feels difficult or challenging, this is some kind of a major restructuring of your life. With sun getting into your first house, maybe in your ascendant over your moon, or sun transiting over the natal sun, very amazing, like shifting to entirely a new path, because the old one was not working. Till now sun was there in Cancer. Sun will be in Cancer till 17th of August. So this period might have been very emotional for you. You might have felt like crying on small issues. Every small thing was touching you. Well, it may happen in the August as well, because Venus is in Cancer in your 12th house. You might be a bit sensitive. You may take little things to your heart, but it might not be that intense, because sun in the first house will help you to strengthen. It will help you to look at the big picture. It will help you to shine, and you are like a guiding figure to other people. You will be this source of light for others. Others will be so inspired by your journey, by your success. So life will just put you at the right place. It will point you to the right place. Hey, listen, this is something where you have to focus, because Saturn being retrograde in the 6th house in Capricorn, and then you have a full moon in Capricorn this month. There is this certain uneasiness or obstacle happening in this particular month, but it's not here to derail you. It's not here to uproot you from where you are. It's just here to show you how strong you are, and how till now you were actually looking at the wrong direction, or you were focusing on such people or such things which should not matter to you, and they're simply draining your energy. So that's why we have this reframe card. It says this is happening for me, not to me. Okay, so even if you are dealing with a challenge, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. Whatever you will learn from it, that is the major lesson in the month of August, and sun is here to reframe you. In fact, this whole 1-6 pattern of the sun Saturn transit is teaching you something very important, like a major shift in your life, how you deal with people, how you deal with your work, how you deal with your health. You might be struggling with authority in the month of August, and you need not to hide yourself. You need not to run away from that. Show your strength, because sun is helping you to know that you are amazing. You have the right potential, and when you have that potential, why are you running away from your problems, or why are you running away from the people who are challenging you for no reason? So reframing, sun is bringing that reframing aspect in your life. You will also find a lot of positivity and optimism. I was telling you, you might have felt very emotional in the last few weeks, but now you will feel very centered. Like you will find this middle path where you will learn to accept whatever is happening around, and you will find courage and strength to deal with that. Mars is also bringing a lot of strength in your actions and in your voice because of its transit from Taurus in the 10th house. Mars will move into your 10th house on 10th of August, and it will stay there for the entire month. You will work actively towards your finances, towards your career, and even if you are dealing with any kind of authority, you will prove your worth. You will prove that your ideas, your skills are amazing. So Mars is bringing that aggressive approach towards things. You'll be very stubborn, like this is how I work, and I really trust my way of working. So there is some kind of rigidness, and you'll be very open about it, that I just love to do things in a certain way. And I think Mars is helping you to prove your worth. Mars is helping you to make strong actions towards your career path. And a new career opportunity may come to you as well. Now, there's one more important transit happening in the month of August, and that is the transit of Mercury. It will change two signs here. From 1st to 21st August, Mercury will be in Leo, in your first house, and then it will move into Virgo, that is your second house. So planet Mercury is bringing the need to help someone in your family. Maybe someone who is not keeping well, or there's this person who needs some kind of financial assistance. So you are going to be very protective about that person. You will do everything for that person. You will take care of their diet, you will take care of their health, their finances. Like you're protecting someone in the month of August, and you will feel so happy about it. It will give you a lot of strength. Sometimes when we work for others, that is the ultimate happiness, that is the ultimate strength we can get. So you are doing that. You are helping someone, a loved one. And yeah, there will be a time when you may feel burdened, when you may feel weak, or you may feel that maybe I'm not doing enough for this other person, or maybe I'm not doing enough for myself. I have to work on my finances. So what you will do, you will start cutting away your expenditures. You will start saving more money, and because of that, you are also ignoring your needs. Do not be too strict with your own self in order to save money. There are certain things which may make you happy. You can purchase them. It can give you a sense of happiness, a fulfillment. So it's important to save money, but you are going too strict with your expenditures. And what's the point here? Like, you also have to give something back to yourself. You're working day and night, you're working hard, you are helping everyone around you, you're working for them, but you also have to work for yourself. Like, a little reward for yourself is important. So that is the theme for the month of August. Be a bit kind towards your own self, like trying to control everything. With Mars in Taurus, okay, Mars in Taurus in your 10th house, trying to be very rigid with everything. I want everything to be in control. I don't want to change. I want others to change, but I don't want to change. So that is something where you have to release control. Okay, so let's talk about Jupiter, and then we'll look into these cards. Jupiter is going retrograde in your 8th house in Pisces. It will go retrograde on 29th of July and it will stay retrograde up to 24th November 2022. So what does Jupiter is bringing for you? Now if you look at your 6th and the 8th house, you have Saturn retrograde in the 6th house, Jupiter retrograde in the 8th house. So the 7th house is hemmed between two retrogrades. One is a malefic and one is a benefic. There is some kind of pressure with respect to partnerships, especially such people who are in the phase of separation, who are dealing with separation or maybe some kind of a court case with respect to marriage, divorce. So they may struggle a bit at this time. And those who are not into such issue, it's just that your partnership is being tested. Like the love, the romance, the affection, everything is on one side, and how you work together, how you and your partner are fulfilling responsibilities towards each other, how both of you are respecting each other's hopes, desires, family values, that is under the question. So a lot of reality is coming into your partnership, the reality principle, the how you practically deal with the changes happening around you, how you deal with the changes happening in this partnership, because there is a lot of external influence in the existing partnership or the business partnership as well. Same goes for the business partnership as well. It's time to really strengthen your partnerships. Your partnerships are being tested by the time in the month of August. On the other hand, retrograde Jupiter in the 8th house is bringing the need to forget a lot of things and focus on your light, because you carry great light. With such beautiful Leo energy you have, you just carry this beautiful light which can teach other people how to live, how to enjoy life. And Jupiter going retrograde in your 8th house, it's time to leave everything which makes you depressed, which makes you feel unhealthy. Health is something which should be your first priority in the month of August. Getting rid of any kind of addiction, getting rid of any kind of bad thought. You have to regenerate. That's why we have this card. It looks like a chameleon, right? And how the chameleon changes its color from time to time according to the situation. You must learn that. You must learn to blend with the situation. Do not feel like a victim. Just change and change, adapt, accommodate. This is very important. You may not find your answer right now. You may not find the solution right now because you are looking at a very wrong place. Everything is in you. Every answer is deep within you. So Jupiter here is challenging health, but it is also helping you to accept certain things in life and to be more optimistic about life. You will find great things about your own self, maybe a hidden talent, maybe you will start taking care of yourself in a great way. So do not live with a certain memory all the time. Do not dwell on a certain memory all the time. You have to shine, and learning about occult, learning about something spiritual, very ancient will help you. It may motivate you, or there is this guru coming into your life who may help you in some way. Now let's look into these cards. First we have already talked about reframe. Now we have first quarter moon in Taurus, release control. So this card says, what in your life are you trying just a bit too hard to do? What are you trying to do right now? Maybe you will find a person who will help you to find your light. Maybe this person is not a guru, not a spiritual person, but whatever this person is conveying to you, whatever experience you are getting from this person, you will learn something about yourself. Maybe an old friend is coming back into your life. Maybe a romantic connection is helping you to realize your inner strength. So there is this one person who is helping you greatly to rescue your own self. No, this person is not giving you his or her hand. The experience you are getting from this person will help you to rescue your own self. That is the power of Jupiter going retrograde in your 8th house. Learning about self, but like you will fall down and then you will learn about it. If you want to accomplish something, you're waiting for something to happen. Initially, there might be some kind of trouble, but then everything will fall into the right place. That is how this transit will work for you. So let's look into these last two messages. The first one is first quarter moon in Taurus, release control. So this card talks about you're trying too hard right now for something and you're stuck on it to a point where you cannot look into other things. You're so stuck with that one door, trying to open that you forgot there are many other doors to be opened and explored. It very well goes with the moon's transit. You have full moon in Capricorn 6th house in the month of August. So moon will be along with the transiting Saturn. Okay, so this shows being stuck, being too rigid, too stubborn about one thing. Like, I want this to happen, and you forgot that you have so many choices, you have so many different paths to explore. So that is the thing. You're too stuck with your current challenge, or maybe too possessive about something. Like, I want this thing, I want to be with this person, I want this much of financial gain, I want this work assignment to happen within a certain time, and because of this your self-worth is going down. The message for you is you cannot control everything. So it's time to focus on your actions. You have control at least on yourself. If something is not working, let's just wait for the right time. But meanwhile, let's explore other options. Let's open the other doors. You may find something, especially with respect to your career. This is something which you have to learn. Release control. That I want this thing to happen in a particular way. You will find a solution. You will find a way in the near future. You don't have to be too rigid on yourself and on others as well. So avoid getting stuck in the month of August. The last message we have is the voice that tells you that you aren't good enough, apparently doesn't know you at all. You are amazing. Yes, you are amazing. With Sun coming back to the home, that is Leo, you are already a very amazing individual. You can find joy within yourself. You don't have to go anywhere to find it. You know how to make your life happy. All the answers, that greenery, that beauty is deep, deep within you. So reframe your life, get rid of obstacles, which you are actually your own obstacle maybe in the month of August, and you are amazing. Never forget that. No matter how the world is telling you you are this, you are that, you are amazing. They don't know your value, and if someone doesn't know your value, it's their loss. Okay, so now let's look into few fortune cookies and let's see what's happening in the month of August. I almost forgot about fortune cookies. Okay, so the first one is declutter. And the second one is reinvent yourself. Okay. So reinvent yourself is very similar to reframe. A transformation is taking place. Enjoy a new lease of life. So we are having a lot of joy in this transit of Sun in Leo. Reinventing yourself, changing your path, changing the strategy is going to happen. A big transformation in how you look, how you work, how you deal with issues is going to happen. Declutter. Venus in Cancer, 12 places away from your ascendant, moon, sun. Declutter not just your home, but your heart and your mind. Declutter your life. Let go of correspondence, objects, and people you no longer want. Someone will hurt your feelings and reveal a new side of themselves that you may wish to avoid. So, from a long time, you're just focusing on the good of someone, the good nature of someone. You know that this person is challenging, but you are not really focusing on that. You're trying to avoid that. So declutter your life. Declutter. Get rid of those people who have a tendency to hurt you. You know the people who can hurt you. So if you want to avoid any kind of a major heartbreak, it's time to declutter, and declutter with respect to your emotions as well. Establish a healthy mindset towards life. You are too stuck with the emotions where you felt unloved or unaccepted in the past. So declutter that, and the entire focus should be on yourself, reinventing yourself. Hey everyone, let's talk about the sign of Virgo. If you have your ascendant, moon, or sun in this particular sign, then let's understand what's happening in the month of August. So for you, your first lord, the most important planet, Mercury, will be mostly in Leo in the month of August. From 1st August to 21st, Mercury is in Leo. It's in your 12th house. And for a short period of time, it will be along with Sun as well for a few days. So first lord traveling 12 places away, there is definitely some inner doubt. And we have this message of limitless, and then there is doubt. So what's happening here? There is doubt about your potential, your power. How can you make a difference in this world? You can definitely create a lot of changes around you, because having that Virgo quality makes you a very hardworking individual. You know exactly where to work and how to work. You know how to look into the flaws and make things correct and strong. But there is also a trouble with criticizing your own self, not supporting your own self. You will do everything for other people, but Mercury transiting 12 places away from the first house, you're not doing enough for yourself. So these messages are absolutely beautiful, and they have that same meaning. We have limitless. Your potential is limitless, but still you doubt it. Then we have this take a breather, which is again a time when you should take rest. Do not be so serious about life, where you are going, what you are doing, what you are receiving. Just a little break in the month of August is important, so that you can refocus on the important aspects. But that focus starts from you. And then we have you are important, you matter. So again, that self-critique needs to be silenced in the month of August. So from 1st August to 21st, Mercury in Leo, in the 12th house, Then Mercury will reach to your first house. It will be either your over natal moon or a natal sun, or it's in your first house, right? This is going to be a major game changer. Like, you will be in your perfect mode. You will be ready to take every risk. You're ready to deal with every challenge. A lot of power is coming back to you. But remember, from 17th August onwards, Sun is going into Leo. Till now it was in Cancer, your 11th house, but now it's moving in your 12th house in Leo. No matter how much you work hard day and night, you are going to be very busy in the month of August, but you have to always come back to your home. I'm not saying that literal home where you live, the house, but your soul. Your soul is your home. Do not let your work, your burden, other people are forcing you to be someone different, to act differently, to work differently, to behave differently. You have to be connected to your own self. Though Sun in the 12th house, it loses its power, but for you, it's in its own sign. So that is the home for Sun in your chart, Sun coming back to the home. And it literally means you are coming back to your own home, who you truly are. Everyone, have their own flaws and their own strengths. And it's okay if you have some kind of weakness or a flaw. First you have to admit it, like, okay, I have this problem, and then you can work on it. Instead of criticizing your own self, you have to work on it, and you have to first feel that I'm just a human. I can be good sometimes, I can be weak sometimes. So Sun transiting from 12th house literally means lack of energy, lack of focus on self, and it creates a need to detach from world. Don't let your emotions, your purpose mix with your work. Detaching from world, finding yourself is important in the month of August. There can be some struggles with health, maybe the eyesight, maybe you may feel a bit fatigued. Too much of overthinking process might be there. So you have to take care of that. You have to take care of your health. You have to take care of your sleep as well. Otherwise, Mercury in the first house in Virgo, it's going to help you tremendously in accomplishing your task, fulfilling your goal. And as soon as Sun enters into Leo on 17th August, your first house will be hemmed between Sun and Ketu for a few weeks. So this first house hemmed between Ketu and Sun literally means introspection. Till now you have worked hard for others, but now work hard for your own self. This is the time of self-discovery. You will withdraw from others. You are ready to cut away certain connections, certain bonds who were just saying to you that you cannot do this or that. They were creating limits for you. They were making you feel less important. So the month of August is about taking care of your health, fulfilling your goals, and also connecting to your soul purpose as well. Someone in the family, maybe a father-like figure, someone is not keeping well, and it may lead to expenditures or struggles while dealing with authority or the government may happen. Now Venus is moving into Cancer, that is your 11th house, and in your chart Venus rules the 9th house as well as the second house. So financially you will see more gain, or whatever the income is coming to you, whatever the profit is coming to you, you are using a lot of it to invest somewhere. You want to invest it in a hobby, you want to pursue a skill, or you want to invest it to purchase a home. So some kind of important investment is happening in the month of August. You will get some kind of a profit or gain, and then you will use that money to improve your skill, improve your lifestyle. So self improvement is also there. Grooming yourself is also promised in this month. Jupiter is going retrograde in the seventh house. And here, Jupiter is not just the seventh lord, but also in your chart, Jupiter is the fourth lord. A very important time with respect to dealing with the world, the public, and the partnerships. Whether it's a marriage partnership, it's a romantic connection, it's a business partnership, something needs to be settled down. A closure is required here. You are seeking answers, or you seek some kind of equality or settlement in that partnership. Any kind of emotional instability, any kind of differences or misunderstanding will be resolved. Like, you and this other person will work towards that. Instead of just going in two different directions, both have to confront each other in this particular month. And with respect to business, with respect to work as well, you have to struggle a bit to reach to the end part, to conclude things, to see the results. You have to wait a little bit to attain success. But there is no problem with your efforts. Whatever efforts you're putting into your work, they will bring great rewards. Things may happen a bit slowly, but you will see great rewards. And again, I would say that with respect to romantic connections or relationship, there is a need of better understanding, like how you openly accept the good things about this person. You should openly also understand the flaws of other person. Both aspects needs to be understood very well. Everyone carry a certain flaw, so it is important that you assess the situation nicely before reaching to any conclusion. Then Mars is going into Taurus, that is your ninth house, and Mars is the eighth lord. So you will see significant improvement in your strength, in your courage. You will be ready to take actions. Till now, you might have been feeling a bit underconfident, like you want to do a lot of things, but you don't have that power or inspiration. So you will get that inspiration now. And especially some kind of a major work to enhance your finances is going to happen. Financial gain is there. Whatever opportunity is coming towards you, it's bringing popularity, it's bringing financial gain. Now let's look into these cards. Also, you have a full moon in the fifth house in Capricorn. Moon will be along with the transiting Saturn. So it's a great time to work on your hobby, work on your skill, work on your emotional and mental health as well. Because the only block which you are dealing with is the mental block. Once you release that, everything will be on the right track, everything will be limitless. Okay, so let's look into this card. It says, see yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone. So the limitless shows your limitless potential. Whatever you want in life, you will receive it in a miraculous way. The divine can use any object, any person to bring that fulfillment in your life. But first, you need to have this attitude that there are limitless opportunities in my life. I have a limitless potential, and maybe if I don't get what I desire, I will always end up with something more nice, something more fulfilling, something for my own good. So you are limitless. That is very much indicated by also how Sun is going back to its home, to the 12th house in Leo. You have to understand your potential is limitless. Don't just dim your light. And also with Jupiter, the seventh lord, going retrograde in the seventh house itself, Pisces represents the limitless uh, cycle of our life. From Pisces, you reach to Aries again. It's a bridge, constant cycle of life. So even if something ends for you, a difficult ending, remember, a new journey starts from there. The next one is take a breather. It's last quarter moon in Cancer. So it shows that love is in the air. And of course, you will have a full moon in the fifth house of romance, but it's in Capricorn along with transiting Saturn. So don't have too much of expectations. Don't depend upon others or the significant person for your happiness. Be open to love, but do not be too dependent for love. Take a breather. Love is all there is, and I am love. You are love. When you are love, then love is everywhere. This card also indicates that some kind of clash or conflict is happening with someone, especially this person wants to take up a leadership position. This person wants to move ahead from you. It could be anyone, a dominating relationship or a dominating authority at the work front. So you need to have a breather, you need to have some air. Disconnect if you feel someone is taking away your freedom. You need to stop to connect with such people. Emotional fatigue is possible. And if this emotional fatigue happens on a long-term basis, you may not be able to see beauty in life, the good things in life. Also, there is an advice with respect to friendships and relationships. Some situation may start with a very great promise, and then that situation may get fatigued out, fizzle out very easily. And this is normal. So do not drag yourself too much. Do not be too dependent on others too much. You are becoming too sensitive in this month, and any kind of self-doubt will block your path. So take a breather, disconnect if you want to for a while, and this will help you to be way stronger. The last one is you are important and you matter. Completely connects with the sun's transit from the 12th house. It's time to just love yourself, rely on your own self, and find happiness. You may feel that others are making you feel a bit less important, but you are equal. You are important and you matter. Okay, so let's look into some fortune cookie cards for you. So this one says care required. Guard yourself against deception and be careful of making foolish mistakes at this time. So it very well goes with Sun in the 12th house. You have to protect yourself. Do not easily trust other people. Okay, and also it goes a lot with the full moon happening in the 5th house where Saturn is also retrograde. Care is required. Do not be in a rush to be in a connection, to be in a friendship. Do not be in a rush to trust others. The next one is communication. A reunion could bring love or a rekindling of friendships. A lucky win seems likely. So again, it talks about the fifth house, a reunion with maybe an old friend, maybe a person who is very significant in your life, and also there is something changing with respect to fifth house, which can strengthen your relationship, which can bring more depth. It could be a challenge which is followed by a great strength and a great bond after that. So it can be a reunion happening with someone who is significant. Hey everyone, let's talk about the sign of Libra. If you have your ascendant, moon, or sun in this particular sign, let's understand what's happening in the month of August. So you already have Ketu transiting from the first house in the Libra sign, and there is something which is off balance. Off balance, maybe with respect to relationships, not being able to understand how much to give to others, how to set your boundaries, or dealing with some kind of inequality or injustice with respect to a partnership or relationship, or you're trying to withdraw yourself from something but you cannot, because you feel that your happiness, your stability is connected to that work, to that relationship, to that certain object. But the truth is, as Ketu transits from Libra, your first house, I think it's a time when you must understand that your true happiness, your true worth, and your true sense of harmony lies deep within. You have to find that deep within yourself rather than finding it in the outer world, in the people. And in the month of August, that first lord Venus is going into Cancer in your 10th house. It's not just about changing things in a professional life, but it's a highly emotional time for you, where you may get deeply sensitive with the people with whom you share emotional bond. It could be home, it could be family, it could be friends. Wherever there is this deep emotional connection, you may get extremely sensitive how people are dealing with you, and also at the work front as well. You will also have a full moon in your fourth house in the month of August. This full moon is very special with respect to how you train your mind towards life. Full moon in Capricorn, and here moon is along with transiting Saturn, because Saturn is already going retrograde in your fourth house in Capricorn. So this full moon happening in your fourth house, and then you have Venus in Cancer just opposite in the 10th house. There is a lot which you are doing with respect to the fourth and the 10th house axis. A lot of changes are going to happen, and what you have to take care about is, don't let your emotions enter into the 10th house. Do not let your emotions become your block in the career path. That is the biggest precaution you must take. Otherwise, from 7th August to 31st of August, as Venus transits Cancer, the transiting Saturn is aspecting Venus. So it's like you're trying to balance everything. You're trying to find equality in your relationships. You're trying to find justice at the work front, whether people are treating you equally or not. Are they giving value to your work or not? Well, you are doing your best, but do not compare your success with anyone else's success. Do not every day compare your progress with other people's progress, because you may get too sensitive with respect to how much equality you are getting, how important you are for other people. And in fact, the Saturn's aspect on Venus, this will help you. This will really help you to shine. Suddenly you will be so successful. You will be able to resolve certain things like no other person is doing. So a big victory with respect to work may happen out of nowhere. Even you may not have that expectation, but you will suddenly realize that okay, this just happened so nicely. And that's why we have this extraordinary card over here. There's a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. So for you, Venus is the eighth lord. There is something different, something unique, maybe not seen by others, not accepted by others, not recognized by others, but this uniqueness will be honored. That talent, that potential is coming out in the month of August as Saturn, Venus are looking at each other in the 4th and 10th house axis. There is deep love for something. It's your work, it's your hobby, or a deep desire, because we also have this new moon in Scorpio, because there is something which you always wanted. There is something which you desire for. It could be anything. It could be your work, your passion, your hobby. It could be something related to your health. You want to fix it. That deep desire is now is going to become a reality. It will happen because now you know your worth. You will realize your worth in this particular month. And also you have the second lord Mars going into the 8th house in Taurus. So there's a lot of 8th house impact in the month of August. There is a lot of research going to happen with respect to work, what you want to do. You want to start with something new, you have to plan new strategies. So a lot of research work is happening. There can be some conflicts or arguments in the family life, some kind of a tiff in the family life, argument with someone who is very important to you, but there are some differences. But here Mars is giving success in dedicating yourself to something which you always wanted. This could also be great intimacy and passion in relationships as well, your partnership as well. And Sun, it's reaching to the 11th house in Leo for you. It's really time to shine. Do not be under the influence that if someone is not treating me well, so there might be something wrong with me. No, you are like a giver in this month. You're just shining and giving and giving. Sometimes even when you don't want to smile a bit, and this will make other people confused, because they will fail in that desire, that they will fail in that strategy of making you feel low. That is how Sun is working. So you are gaining a lot of power. You are radiating a lot of strength and confidence when it comes to dealing with the social network, the people around you, the friends. Even if you feel a bit vulnerable, show your strength. It's important. There are certain things which demand a lot of dedication, but Mercury going into your 12th house after 21st of August, there is a need to take a little bit of break. Like if you push yourself too much, you won't be able to feel happy, you won't be able to work nicely. So a little break is required after the 21st August. But between 1st to 21st August, Mercury will be in Leo, that is your 11th house, which will bring popularity. It will bring great communication with the people. It will also help you to improve your finances. Like whatever work you are doing, people will see that, people will acknowledge that. And even if they don't, show them a little bit of show off. It's not bad. A little bit of show off is good. Whatever you do, let people know that okay, you did this. So that's why we have this card, you are enough, today, tomorrow, always. You have to show your worth. Like, why I said show off, like, I don't know, because now I realize we have a peacock over here, and peacock is a very show off energy. They are very unique, they are beautiful, but they have this show off kind of nature. They show off their beautiful colorful wings, and at that time all the animals are just sitting and watching them. They're so gorgeous and beautiful. Like, they cannot have those beautiful feathers. Everyone cannot have those feathers. So that uniqueness is something so beautiful about you. And with Ketu transiting from Libra in the first house, yes, it's time to find that extraordinary thing which makes you feel in harmony, which makes you feel enough, which makes you feel very happy in life, balanced in life. Lastly, let's talk about Jupiter, because Jupiter is going retrograde in your sixth house. Please focus on your health, focus on your diet, focus on what you are doing in your daily routine, because there is some kind of anxiety, stress, which is acting as an obstacle in having a proper peace of mind. There is something which is unresolved, which may not let you take care of your health. But it's also a great time to have faith on your powers, have faith on your path, that even if I cannot see beyond a certain point, I know I will reach to that final destination. Have that faith. Working on your faith is important, and no matter what trouble you're dealing with, you will win. If you are in a legal issue, also Jupiter is going to help you to be hopeful, to resolve these things, resolve these issues. Now, let's look into these cards. We have already discussed the first one, extraordinary. Then we have this new moon in Scorpio, go deeper, and it resonates a lot with Mars going into Taurus. That is your eighth house. This means life goes in cycles, and my life is now regenerating. You are regaining control of a situation that is giving you a deep wound. Something out there is challenging you, but you will regain control on that. And you have moved through your fears from a long time. You are dealing with certain fears, but ultimately you moved beyond them. You were successful, and in the same way in the future as well, you will be a winner. There's nothing to worry about. And face your darkest concerns. Face them, confront them. And these darkest concerns could be anything related to finances. It could be the quality of life. It could be a relationship. So this card indicates a union. This card indicates intimacy. This card indicates sudden gain of money. Whatever makes you feel challenged, you have to confront it. If you have some kind of passion, you're obsessed about something, you will definitely achieve that as well. For that, you have to just go deeper and deeper, work hard on that, and you will achieve it. And the last one is you are enough, today, tomorrow, always, which again resonates with the sun coming back to the 11th house. You are just enough. Don't let others just make you feel unhappy or they make you feel down. You are sufficient, more than sufficient for yourself. And let's look into some fortune cookie cards. I always forget to look into this deck. Okay, so we have opportunities. Future. You may travel or host an overseas traveler soon. Either way, great social fun awaits. So yes, again, sun transiting from 11th house. and also Venus in the 10th house. Connection, meeting with people, great opportunities are coming for you in this month. A stranger is about to change your life, exciting times and plenty of action, plus a special family reunion looks likely. So again, with Sun reaching to the 11th house, you will find some people coming into your life, and they may bring important changes. And of course, Mars going into Taurus, there is something about family which requires focus, which requires attention, which requires care and your patience as well. And yes, you may find new opportunities unexpectedly. You may find new work opportunities as well. Hi everyone, let's talk about the sign of Scorpio. If you have your ascendant, moon, sun in this sign, let's focus how will be the month of August for you. So the major theme for the month of August is your first Lord Mars moving into Taurus, that is the 7th house. So it's just opposite to your first house, opposite to your moon, or opposite to your ascendant. And with this comes the need to understand your power, because you will be interacting with a lot of people who are testing your patience. They are testing your courage, your ability to be still and work towards your goals. This also indicates great interaction with the world. More and more opportunities coming in your life which will push you to connect with others. Whatever work you want to do, whatever dream you have, it will only happen once you enter into the domain of 7th house. Whatever the ambition or desire is, this growth is happening through connecting with the public, connecting with the masses, or through your partnership. Something very important related to a business partnership, marriage partnership is going to happen. Maybe some kind of important work collaboration is happening, and this partnership will bring great financial gains or opportunities which are helping you to gain better finances. But definitely you are giving a part of yourself to others. It could be your partner, it could be your family as well. And further, the second Lord Jupiter is going retrograde by 29th July. It will be in your 5th house in Pisces. So children, family, your hobbies, whatever work you consider is like a child of yours, something so dear to you, that work, that person needs great assistance. That work needs more focus, more revision. You have to complete it. You have to reach to a conclusion. You have to reach to that final destination. That final destination will happen, but there is a slight delay in that process. Because, Saturn retrograde in the 3rd house, along with a full moon happening in Capricorn in 3rd house, there's a great influence of other people on your emotions and on your courage. That's why we have this card of inner power. It says, give me the courage and the power to do what must be done. So there is great strength within you with Scorpio rising, with moon in Scorpio. Yes, do not challenge your Scorpio moon. There is great strength there with your sun in Scorpio. There is a lot of inner power. But as Mars reaches to a place which is 7 places away in Taurus, now that power is being used to work for other people, to maintain some kind of harmony in the family life, in the partnerships, and in the business. So you constantly may feel that your power, your energy, your courage is being tested by someone else. See, Mars is a very strong energy. It's the impulse, it's the courage, it's the power, it's the need to do things very quickly in a rush. But Taurus is not about doing things in a rush. It's a very strong and stubborn energy. So, this is a very, I would say, difficult placement where you have to be in control. You cannot take quick decisions. You cannot go for a quick movement. You have to sit, wait, and observe. With every aspect of life, you have to do that. And finances are growing, finances are getting better. Because after 21st August, Mercury, the 11th Lord, is reaching to the 11th house. Suddenly, you will see great growth. Whatever hard work you have done in the past and you felt like it never worked for you, it was a waste. No, it is not a waste, because now in this month you will find success, you will find that reward, and people may get so inspired by your work that they may really give more duties to you. More than reward, you're getting more duties, you're getting more responsible roles in the month of August. And there's definitely passion in relationships. See, Jupiter going retrograde in the 5th house, it's about meeting old friends, meeting such people who just, vanished from your life at a certain point of time, meeting new romantic connections. And the main theme of these connections is to understand the other person's journey. You may come across people who are very opposite to you, very different from you, but yet you feel very attracted to their journey and their experiences. So this will bring answers, this will bring certain lessons and wisdom in your life. And yes, you are learning something new. Jupiter will stay retrograde in your 5th house until 24th November 2022. So either you're going back to school or you're trying to learn a skill, maybe a short-term course. You will definitely learn something in August, because these two gurus, Jupiter retrograde in the 5th house, and then we have Venus in the 9th house in Cancer. Venus will stay here from 7th August to 31st August. So having two gurus in the trines, that is the 5th and the 9th house, there is a lot of work happening here. Not that serious work. It's about having fun, learning new things, meeting new people, socializing, focusing on such things which make you happy, going to different places where you will learn a lot, like going to an adventurous journey. So you are learning a lot by meeting new people, following your passion, your hobbies. And also Mars is indicating that in this month you will earn something from your passion, from your skill, whatever you have. You're passionate about your goals, and it's time to manifest finances. It's time to manifest some kind of a gain from that particular work. Venus in your chart is the 12th Lord. 7th and the 12th Lord transiting from Cancer, that is your 9th house, and Ketu in Libra, that is your 12th house. Venus here indicates that there is some kind of spiritual growth happening in this month. Your connection with a significant person, a relationship, maybe a family person, maybe a friend, maybe a guru, maybe a romantic connection. You have a spiritual connection, emotional connection with someone, and through this person you may learn something valuable about yourself. This person will help you to understand what you are missing in your own self, where you have to work in order to feel more strong and stable, to be in harmony. Because as Ketu transits 12 places away from Scorpio, that is your 12th house, there's definitely some kind of injustice, inequality, or lack of harmony in a relationship or in general in your life, which keeps you awake. It is impacting your sleep because you feel you haven't got the justice. You haven't found the closure, the final answer, so that you can feel balanced, you can feel happy. So some kind of guidance is coming to you through Venus, which will help you to soothe your nerves. It will help you to feel more confident about yourself. You have to protect yourself a lot from certain people who are just here to, make the best use of your kindness, your beauty, your light. They're just here to gain something from you. And you have full moon in the 3rd house in Capricorn. And moon will be along with Saturn, retrograde Saturn in the 3rd house at this time. So this indicates do not quit. Do not quit. And that's why we have this card of inner power. Do not quit wherever you are, whatever you are doing. Even if you find that things are quite overwhelming, you're a little confused, you will find that strength in the month of August. Take a little pause if you want to, but do not feel nervous while moving ahead. It's a very strong time when you can strengthen your mind, you can strengthen your life by following a certain routine. You have to be in discipline. Okay, Rahu transiting from Aries in the 6th house. If you get into discipline, if you work on your daily routine, things will change magically. And the truth is, you are far more capable than you feel. Because of that full moon in Capricorn, you may not appreciate your best thing, your beauty, your strength. But the truth is, you're so much capable than you feel. It's because others are not making you feel like this, so you think, oh, there's something missing in me. No, it's not. It's definitely not. That's why we have this card of inner power. And then you have the inner power, you're more capable than you feel. But beyond that, what else you can do? Well, you can trust the universe. So we'll talk about this card soon. Let's look at the transit of Sun. Sun is reaching back to its home, Leo. So the 10th Lord is coming back to the 10th house. And this is the time to be like this. That's why we have a lion here, talking about inner power, showing your courage, showing your best side to the world. You will be in authority. You will take charge of your life. Now I cannot be afraid of anything, whether it's work, whether it's dealing with authority, whether it's your personal life, your spiritual side. You will shine because you know that you are best. You are doing your best. And then trust the universe, which is so important. It's time to release your grip on a situation. First quarter moon in Aquarius. It says that having passion for something is good, but too much of passion can become very difficult. Sometimes we feel too much of intensity around a certain dream because we are scared that it won't come true. But that's a very difficult thing. You can never worry about something again and again. If you have an intention, okay, that's great, but leave that intention to the universe and then detach. Whatever you have in your mind, work towards it. It's not, you don't have to work towards it. Work towards it. And even if you feel it is out of control, leave it. Detach from it. And then you will see the magic. Trust the universe and see what happens. The tighter your grip is now, the more likely you will lose it. Don't try to influence other people, because your skill will say everything. Sun in Leo in the 10th house. Your skill, your personality, your light is enough to show your worth. You don't have to try so hard to influence other people. If you're feeling stuck right now, remember that the people around you may also feel stuck. Especially, I'm talking about the family. So you have to loosen up the grip for a while, and you will find it easier to overcome these challenges. Just loosen the grip. Stop being strict to your own self, because as Mercury reaches to Virgo in the 11th house after 21st of August, you may start worrying a lot about your gain, about your rewards, about your success. Like, I'm doing this much but I'm not getting the enough return. So you would just tighten the grip over your own self. You will start pushing yourself for everything. This has to be done, that has to be done, I want it now. And you have to release yourself from that. Now let's look into some fortune cookie cards. So the first one is commitment. A commitment is indicated around love or business. It will make you feel better. So with Jupiter in the 5th house, Mars in the 7th house, definitely the month of August is much dedicated to commitments and partnership with respect to work, with respect to marriage. And yes, there is love coming into your life. You'll be preoccupied by a certain commitment. You will be busy towards that. The next one is signs. Your future positive direction will reveal itself. Any doubts and confusions will soon disappear. So again, it talks about Jupiter, how it's retrograde in Pisces in the 5th house, and Venus in Cancer in your 9th house. Whatever it is, whatever doubt you have, do not worry, because the right things will come to you at the right time. Whatever confusion you have right now, it will disappear very soon. Hey everyone, welcome. Let's talk about the sign of Sagittarius. So if you have your ascendant, moon, sun in Sagittarius, then do listen to this analysis and let's see what's happening in the month of August. So the very first thing I want to talk about, yes, you can see this Leo everywhere. So Sun, your 9th lord, reaching back to its home, that is the 9th house. So Sun in the 9th house in Leo, it's a great energy to shine and roar, to be powerful, to show your true power. It's a beautiful time when you will be positive about life. Even if you're not, you will find a lot of positivity, opportunities, answers. So make the best use of this time. Okay, it's about worth. You have been worthy to belong to love all along without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. What a beautiful message. And this is what Sun in your 9th house is saying. You're worthy enough. You have great power, great aura. You have earned it. This is who you are, and you need not to show your worth to everyone. You need not to beg in front of everyone to achieve more happiness, to attain more love, because ultimately Venus will be in Cancer. That is your 8th house. So Venus is 12 places away from Sun in the 8th house. So there is a deep desire to find love. There is a deep desire to even heal yourself from the old wounds you have got, maybe from difficult health issues, maybe from difficult relationships, Maybe the past obstacles which you have dealt with, they have created such wounds which are not healed. It's a very intense time for healing, because in the sixth house you will have Mars in Taurus. Mars is the 12th and the 5th lord for you, and then in the 8th house Venus in the Cancer sign. So 6th lord in Cancer, 8th house. Healing, it takes time, whether it's physical wound, it's emotional wounds. You will take some time to heal, and you're ready to heal. You will dive deeper to heal. You will find ways to heal. Avoid any kind of self-medication, self-treatment. It will prove to be very wrong for you. And also, there is a great zeal, there is a great passion to show your skills, your knowledge to the world. Seventh house ruled by Gemini, hemmed between Mars and Venus. Very passionate about your people around, your people who are around you, friends, maybe important people who are helping you in work. Very passionate about your relationship, your connection. Like you want them to do something, you want them to do a certain activity, you want them to go along with you on a trip, on a journey, you want them to work along with you on a certain work project. So there is a passion out here, and you want to bring a lot of people into that passion. You want that you should go for a group work and work on that activity, on that hobby, that project. So you will meet a lot of people who will be like you, who have the same interest. And yes, this is going to be a time when you will try to do your best. You want to live in the present. And yes, it is also about some major changes in the marriage partnership. There is great intimacy, there is passion, but also apart from that, chemistry. There are certain family issues which may act as an obstacle, which may act as a reason where you have to work more towards the resources, you have to work more towards the family. Maybe you have to work a lot because of children, their responsibility, because you have Rahu and Aries in the 5th house right now. So you have a great goal, you have great skills, but this placement of Rahu in the 5th house in Aries and Mars in Taurus, there is some kind of a doubt, or it's like the history, you have dealt with so many of obstacles that now you're questioning your worth. Because Taurus is the 2nd house. Taurus means the value you have. How much do you value yourself? And then you have Mars in Taurus 6th house. So this is the time when you have to move forward. Not move forward, run forward and show your worth. And you don't have to work a lot for that. Just be yourself. Just be courageous enough, and that is sufficient. Some family struggles are there, I would say it is, because you have a full moon in 2nd house in Capricorn, and moon will be along with the transiting Saturn, which is retrograde in the 2nd house itself. So family issues are there. They may keep you engaged, they may keep you emotionally vulnerable, they may take a lot of time of yours. You have to work extra hard to save money, or you have to give money to someone who is in great need. You have to take up your responsibilities very well. With that Leo energy in the 9th house, it will naturally make you concerned about your family. No matter how someone treats you, you have that love for everyone, you have that care for everyone, and you will do your best to take care of others. It's about improving your bond with father, with authority, any authority in your life, with the guru, but you are also becoming an authority for someone else. Your role is also getting strong. And Venus in the 8th house and Ketu in Libra in the 11th house, you are sometimes looking into the wrong direction for love. Out of confusion, out of the need to feel validated or love, you're looking into very wrong places. You don't have to beg for these things. You will find these things one day. Like, there will be people out there who will see your worth. Not everyone is same, and then you will find that love. Jupiter going retrograde in the 4th house, 4th lord retrograde in the 4th house, and Jupiter also rules the 1st house. Very big changes with respect to taking care of your own needs, your health, your home. There is a massive change, like you're moving into a new place far away from your home, or it's just that you are doing some kind of changes at the home which is long time pending, and someone out there in the family also needs your help. That person needs a shoulder to lean on, and you will be that person. It's also a time when you will be resolving certain issues, family issues related to property or related to some kind of a conflict. But you will feel more positive. With every challenge you may see, your positivity is going to expand many folds. You will understand why certain things are happening and what good do I have in those changes. Mercury will be in your 9th house till 21st of August in Leo, bringing new information, bringing new connections, some kind of advancement with respect to your skills and knowledge. And this will help you a lot, or maybe a new opportunity which will help you to stay updated with your professional field. And then after 21st August, it will move into Virgo, that is your 10th house, a very dedicated time towards your work. It's important, do not criticize yourself, do not criticize your every decision. Okay, just continue to work patiently, and most importantly, don't let your criticism enters into the domain of relationships and family. Okay, so you will be a very hard-working individual in the time to come, in the month of August, and it will repay you back. Now let's look into this other card. It says full moon in Leo, go wild. So this card says, I live in present and release out all of the past pain. You have to find a balance between having a great time and attending to the people who need you. So again, I was telling you, there are certain people in the family who may need you, but you have to create a balance. You have to create a balance between taking care of yourself and also taking care of the other people. There are times when your best bet in manifesting is throwing all of your cards up in the air and wait how they will fall, how these cards speak to you. So it's about taking risk. It's about having a desire, having an intention, and then forgetting about it. Like, yeah, I have this intention, I want this, but I cannot stick to it and go mad all the time, whether it will come true or not. As tempting as it might be to try to control a situation, you'll be better off and just release that tensions, okay, and go a little wild. Do not care for what is happening next. The unexpected thing is that having fun is the most powerful ways of manifesting your desires. Distance yourself from such people who are arrogant or they are doubting on you. And the last one completely resonates with the Venus transit. You need to give yourself time to heal, no matter how long that ends up being. And you deserve that healing, right? So now let's look into some fortune cookie cards for you. So I have mentioned about health, how you need to focus on that aspect of life in month of August, and here we have this important message. An excellent time to start an exercise program or diet. Many new friendships are on the horizon. The next one is reflection. Friendships in your life may come to an end, others could blossom and become stronger. So it resonates with Rahu in Aries and Ketu in Libra in the 11th house. There are new initiations with respect to friendships, but also there are certain endings, certain bonds are going to get over, for now at least. And it's time to reflect and see what this other person is bringing in your life, whether this person is bringing hatred for your own self or whether this person is bringing growth. So boundaries is also important here, and of course health is too important in this month. Hey everyone, let's talk about the sign of Capricorn. So if you have your ascendant, moon or sun in Capricorn, do listen to this analysis. Let's see what's happening in the month of August. So a very important transit for you is the transit of Sun, because it is the 8th lord in your chart. Sun is a challenging planet for you. So the 8th lord is reaching back to the 8th house, and here with this transit there is a need to withdraw a bit from the world. Like, don't bother at all. Don't let anyone's influence, energy impact you in a negative manner. You cannot shine always. You cannot be a torch bearer for other people all the time. Sometimes after doing all that work, you have to give time to yourself. And this is the time when you relax, you rejuvenate, and regenerate. That's why we have this card of trust. Allow me, divine, to give you my deepest longings, trusting you to know exactly how to handle them. So it's like trusting the divine now, trusting your own self as well. It's time to distance yourself from the world, and for a certain while just focus on your own self, how you can heal and repair yourself, your emotions, your health, and also regenerating so that you can prepare for the future, how to handle the future situations. So it's like you're getting into a mode of hibernation so that you can prepare yourself. And how do you prepare yourself? By trusting your own self. Okay, so trust is something which is very important also with respect to relationships. Venus in Cancer, 7th house, Sun in Leo in your 8th house. There's definitely a lot of work happening with respect to developing a strong bond, emotional bond in your partnership, in your romantic connections, because Mars is in Taurus, 5th house for this month, and Venus in Cancer in 7th house. So there's definitely passion, there is romance, and you're working on your partnership, you're working on your relationship to make things better so that you can establish more better emotional connection and understanding. But do not suffer because this other person demands too much from you. If this other person is challenging your pride, this person is challenging your identity, your worth in some way, then it's not a good thing. If this other person is challenging you, that you have to change yourself, so you have to really be cautious with respect to that. It's great to trust someone else, but before that you need to trust yourself as well. Big changes are happening with respect to partnerships, how you connect with this person, whether it's even if it's a business partnership. you are learning to trust this other person. You're learning to work along with this person, because deep within there are a lot of doubts coming from the past experiences, the past history. Your sun, your soul is under a doubt in the 8th house, whether to proceed further or not. So it's important not to dwell on the past issues. Whatever you have gained, whatever wisdom you have gained, the lessons you have gained, use them to move forward. But yes, in the month of August, be patient with yourself. Be patient with every aspect of life, whether it's a relationship, whether it's money, whether it's career. It's not a very good time to you don't have to be in a hurry that I want to prove my worth. You can take all of your time, you can rest. Health also needs great care. Like some kind of fatigue may happen, energy is not up to the mark. So resting is important for you. Planet Mercury is going to transit from your 8th house. Between 1st to 21st August, Mercury will be in Leo in the 8th house, and in your chart it rules the 6th and the 9th house. So whatever the situation is, whatever obstacle you are dealing with, it won't last longer. Mercury is helping you to process and understand the current situation, and you will rise above that issue. Whether it's your finances, whether it's your studies, whether it's just about understanding your work strategies, how you have to plan certain things, how to move forward, whether it's a relationship, you're moving forward. Mercury will help you to gather some kind of information which you were missing till now. So Mercury is something which will help you to process certain things. It will help you to get new ideas. There is a great need of fresh ideas in your life, how to change everything. And you can do the thing. Very much goes with how Mercury enters into Virgo after 21st August. It will be in your 9th house. You can do the thing. Your dedication, your intelligence, your skills, and moreover that sharp focus you have, it's going to bring great results. So the last 10 days of August are going to be very good with respect to work, and you'll be very successful in whatever you are doing. Ketu is transiting from your 10th house in Libra. It's not about everything is stopped, everything is not working in your career, but there is definitely a sense of dissatisfaction, being out of balance. Everything is so chaotic, like nothing is organized right now with respect to work. You have a lot of things to complete and you don't know where to start with. So loss of balance is definitely indicated by Ketu, but Mercury is helping you to really work very hard and make strategies to organize everything, and you will be able to organize your career, your lifestyle, your path in the month of August, because of course you are withdrawing a bit from the dramas of other people, dramas of life, but also you have a full moon in the 1st house in Capricorn this month. So moon will be along with the transiting Saturn in Capricorn. This is going to be a game changer. It will put you back to the right place. It will help you to make things better. Like all that reorientation will happen. You will arrange everything nicely around you. You will gather more resources to make your work much better. So it's all about restructuring every aspect of life, because this is happening in your 1st house, and that's why we have, this is amazing, it's like a magic. We have full moon in Capricorn message over here, and you have full moon in Capricorn in your 1st house. So you have to take a reality check. With a full moon in Capricorn, it's time to find a balance between facing your reality and be kind to yourself and others. everything is always working out in my favor. You have to keep this mindset in your mind. Everything will work in your favor. It might be delayed, it might take some time, but things are happening in your favor. And this message has a great meaning. Like, if you have been worrying about something, the good news is that you shouldn't waste your time. You shouldn't waste another moment worrying about that thing, because this won't help. Rather, you work on that project, you work on that issue, it will bring great results. But if you worry about it constantly, it won't help. This message promises success and reward of your hard work. It's just that wherever you want to go, have a reality check. How is it possible? How you can attain that? You need a little extra effort to reach to that place, whether it's career, major career change, major career move, or some kind of changes are happening, transformative changes are happening with full moon in Capricorn first house, and you have Ketu in Libra in the 10th house. There's something which is really off balance right now, but you'll be successfully bringing more harmony and success into that. And Saturn is retrograde in the first house, so Venus in Cancer in the 7th house. It's really a good time to work on your passions, your hobbies. If you have a certain dream, you have a business of your own, I think this will help you excellently. And this also is a time when you will understand your partnerships better. What are your responsibilities in the relationship? And your partner also will realize how this person's behavior is impacting the relationship, what this person has to do to make things better. So there will be an attempt to make things better, so that you both know how you are responsible towards each other and how your emotional connection can get stronger. And lastly, I would like to talk about Jupiter going retrograde in your 3rd house. Jupiter is the 12th and the 3rd lord, retrograde in 3rd house Pisces, which indicates that wherever you are going, do not stop. Whatever you are doing, do not stop. Continue your journey. It may be taking some time to reach there. There are some confusions, or simply you're very optimistic, but still, you have to wait a bit for that destination. You will do it. There is a change of strategy, or like you're gathering more information, you're meeting new people to gather some knowledge. You will meet such people who will provide valuable insight to you, and this will guide you in your professional journey. This will help you to enhance your finances as well. Do not feel that you are lost and no one can help you. Someone will do that. Or maybe you will be inspired by someone, a very successful person, and that person will become an inspiration. That person will help you to take a very important decision in life. And Mars reaching to Taurus, 5th house, very passionate about your goals. But whatever you are doing, be very sure of that. Like, do not make impulsive decision. Like, I want this right now. You have to work on your patience as well. And this will reap great financial reward, great financial gain as well. Now let's look into some fortune cards for you. So both of these cards resonate a lot with the transit of Sun in the 8th house. Major life change. Time is right for major life changes, as a new lifestyle or a location brings great joy and a trouble-free existence. So yes, you are moving from one place to another, or you are trying to withdraw from certain people. You're trying to follow a new routine, a new lifestyle, and this is going to make your life a lot better. You're finding joy deep within yourself, or you're trying to find joy in some kind of an activity which will help you to become a better version of yourself. The next one is intuition. Trust your intuition. It's a great time to learn a new skill, change careers, or invest money. So I was talking about how Saturn in the first house right now, retrograde, and Ketu in Libra, 10th house. There is a new skill coming to you, or a change of career may happen in the next few months, not just the August. And trust your intuition, trust your skill, whatever skill you have, and this will change your life in a great way. Hey everyone, so let's talk about the sign of Aquarius. So if you have your ascendant or moon or sun in this particular sign, then do listen to this analysis. Let's see how the transits in August are impacting your life. So firstly, I would like to talk about the transit of Jupiter, which is right now happening in your second house. It's retrograde in Pisces. So Jupiter went retrograde on 29th of July, and it will stay retrograde by 24th of November 2022. And if you see, Saturn is retrograde in your 12th house in Capricorn. So these two retrograde planets are hemming your ascendant, or they are hemming your moon or sun. So what's happening here? There is a lot of pressure which you are dealing with. There are two kinds of pressures over here. The first one is what happened in the past actions you did, what result you got, how others treated you, were you able to fulfill your responsibilities well or not. I could have been better, I could have done that better, I wish I could go back and correct it. That's what happening with retrograde Saturn in the 12th house. And then you have Jupiter retrograde in the second house, thinking about what lies in future, financial stability, happiness, your own happiness, your people's happiness, your important relationships which truly matter to you. But you are thinking, how can I work towards them? How can I just fulfill my day-to-day responsibilities? Especially, I do see there's a major concern with finances, or someone who is elder to you and you are really worried about that person. Maybe that person's health, the future stability. So your ascendant, your moon, your sun, hemmed between two planets, two major planets, and they are in their own sign. So even if there is a great pressure, do not forget you are actually being strengthened in this particular period. You will be given so much of strength. Whatever you experience, that experience is polishing you, refining you, strengthening you, helping you to be more grounded. That's why we have this particular deck which I'm using. I don't know, for every sign it came out so accurately. What does this card says? Many of the most evolved beings on earth are the regular folks living with joy, dignity, and courage. So you are being evolved. You are undergoing a major change. You will be more connected to where you live, to the earth. You will be more connected to your true values, your true worth. Sometimes things happen just because you have to strengthen yourself, be more joyful wherever you are, connected to the place you truly belong to. Like, you don't have to live up to the expectations of everyone. You have to take your stand wherever you are, wherever you were born. That personality, that nature, that state is important. It's very important. You cannot change that. for everyone who comes into your life and questions you. What are you doing here? You have to do this, you have to do that, change your place, change your work, change your attitude. So this Jupiter Saturn force on your moon, on your ascendant or sun, it's helping you to find that foundation, that stand, which will help you to be more disciplined, more focused in the future. It's kind of helping you to reassess your responsibilities, reassess your priorities in life. So, a lot of personal development is happening here, and yes, there is a major struggle with respect to the family life, or just about how you can fulfill your responsibilities towards specific people. On one hand, Jupiter will help you to expand your finances, a major focus on saving money. We also have a new moon in Taurus, so definitely a new initiation is happening, maybe with respect to money. You are saving more, you are gaining more, or it could be that you are doing the right investment. It's also, Taurus is about trusting your own value. So you will add more value to your life by taking care of yourself, by taking care of the loved ones, the people around you who are important to you. And also, there is again a great focus in knowing your worth. Also, Jupiter is going to bring some kind of an event, a family function or event, where you will meet such people who are not just, the regular people in your life. You hardly meet them, you rarely meet them. So you may come across such people. Some will be very good to you, some will be the same irritating people as well. So major focus is on finances, loved ones, and also developing your own strength. Mars is going into Taurus, that is your fourth house, and a major deal with respect to property, some kind of possession will happen. Again, this is also indicating the same, some kind of a new deal is going to happen, which is bringing more profit, or maybe some kind of luxury, some kind of possession in your life in the month of August. And Mars being in Taurus, Venus in the sixth house, a great care is required when it comes to your mental and emotional state. Do not be too impulsive in the matters of home and important relationships, partnerships. Okay, you have to choose people now. You have to choose people who are good for you. Are they keeping you frustrated, angry, rattled all the time? Or you have to be with such people who are nice to you, who are like always listening to you. So there is a need to draw some kind of a line with Venus going into sixth house in Cancer. You have to draw a line. You have to protect yourself from very difficult people around you. These people may hurt you through their speech. That intentional hurt is indicated by Mars in Taurus and Venus in Cancer. So you have to take care of that. They will straight away hurt you through their speech, through their mind, because Gemini gets hemmed between Mars and Venus. The Gemini ruled house, that is the fifth house. But a very great time when you are working on some kind of a skill, some kind of a hobby, like you will be passionate and eager to change your life in some way, and it will bring mental relief and happiness. Sun is reaching to your seventh house in Leo after 17th of August. Till then, Sun is in the sixth house. So Sun till 17th of August in Cancer may lead to health issues related to head, eyesight, or health issues related to some kind of a water related issue, water content in the body, some kind of a swelling might be there, the fluids in the body are imbalanced, so some kind of issue may happen. But once the sun reaches to the 7th house in Leo, I think whatever work you have done till now, it's going to beautifully shine and people will recognize that work. You will get popular, your work will be supported greatly, because even Mercury will transit from Leo between 1st to 21st of August, and here in your chart Mercury is the 5th lord and the 8th lord. So despite of some ups and downs, I think Mercury is helping you to use your intelligence, your wit, your skills in a great way. Like, you know in which direction you should work. Having skills is a great thing, but when the mind doesn't work where to go, how to use those skills, then things will get difficult. But Mercury is helping you to assess everything nicely, be more logical and practical with respect to decisions, how to deal with everything. So you're doing this very smartly. So Mercury is bringing success professionally, and also you are communicating better in your partnerships. But remember that don't let the pride come into your relationships and your partnerships. Okay, because Venus, the planet of balance, the planet of exchange, love, is in the 6th house. It's 12 places away from the sun, and sun is in the 7th house, which actually belongs to Venus. So a lot of pride or ego may come in between you and the people who matter to you, the public life, the partnership, relationships. So you have to keep that pride aside and just observe everything. Okay, be open to new experiences, learn, and communication is the key here. How you connect with others, it will decide your success, your connection with others in the future. Mercury will move into Virgo, that is your 8th house, after 21st of August. And here Mercury brings the need to slow down a bit. You can be too much concerned about your work. You may start criticizing yourself that I am not doing enough. Actually, you're doing a lot, but when you don't see the result, when you don't see any kind of difference, or you're not seeing any result as per your expectations, you start doubting whether I'm on the right path or not. Am I doing the right thing or not? So Mercury is bringing that. And out of the blues, Mercury is bringing great opportunities. Suddenly, you will find this opportunity which can change your path, which can bring more upliftment in your career path as well. So Mercury transiting from your 8th house, very important that you take care of your mental health. You will be too hard on yourself. So the lesson is, be kind to yourself. If something is not working, wait for a while. You are doing your best. Things will happen. So you need to be patient with it. And yes, you have a full moon in the 12th house this month. Full moon in Capricorn, along with the transiting retrograde Saturn. The simple message over here is, do not underestimate yourself. You should never do this, but in this month you must know. Look at this card. Stop calling yourself garbage. You're a blueberry. You are a blueberry fairy princess. You're amazing. So I really don't know the meaning of blueberry fairy princess, but it sounds so cute. It sounds so amazing. It's a very unique and rare thing to be this blueberry fairy princess. So you are this princess. Okay, even if you're a man, you are this blueberry princess. Okay, this means you are unique and you deserve the best things. Just because your experiences have been bad, that doesn't mean you are undeserving, and your uniqueness has been suppressed from time to time. Okay, so you have to come out from that garbage zone, because you are now treating yourself as garbage. Don't do that. Okay, so now let's talk about this last card. New moon in Taurus, know your worth. So the true message from this card is, I deserve to manifest. You're on the right track, but you need to move, you need to go steadily. Knowing that you're worthy of your desires is crucial here, because you think whatever I want, I don't deserve it. That's the problem. Opportunities will open up, and you have to believe in yourself if you want to make the best use of those opportunities. Dig deep and move past negative comments from others. No matter what happened in the past, if you are aiming to manifest something, not just for your own good, for the good of everyone concerned, you can definitely achieve that. Know your worth, be true to your values, okay? And of course, Taurus represents family again. There is a lot of change with respect to family life. Maybe you're getting a new possession. There is something about love and sensuality, or just simply understanding your own worth is important this month. And you also have Mars in Taurus in the 4th house. So do not be impulsive with respect to making any big change in life. Now let's look into some fortune cookie cards. Okay, so it resonates with Moon in Capricorn, 12th house. Say yes to all the wonderful invitations coming your way, excellent networking opportunities, and new love interests for singles will be the result. So do not completely withdraw yourself from the world by thinking, oh, they're all same, they will act the same. No. The society, the 10th house matters, will be very important. Great opportunities are coming from the people around you. And through these networks, you will see more growth and changes in yourself. The next one is opportunities. Resonates a lot with Sun's transit. An important offer will be made. Be prepared and dress to impress. Yes, there's a need to get ready and be the part of this world. And for that, look smart, look beautiful. Okay? All right, last sign, Pisces. So if you have your ascendant, moon, or sun in Pisces, then do listen to this analysis and let's focus how the different transits are impacting you in the month of August. The first thing which I would like to talk about is the transit of Sun, because clearly I can see here we have one message: last quarter moon in Leo, lighten up. Okay, and in your chart, Sun is reaching to its home. It is the 6th lord for you, so it's reaching to the 6th house. On 17th of August, it will enter into Leo, and this brings the light. Don't think it will function very badly over here. No, you have to be careful with respect to health. That is one concern. But Sun is here to lighten up that courage, that power and strength which is deep within you. Every challenge you face, you are going to win, because you have this immense power and light to make your way, to find your way. You don't need anyone's assistance or help to do that. You will shine amazingly. Like it's giving you a power to make the change you always wanted to. Now you won't deal with anyone else's games or dramas. Anyone else's influence cannot stop you from where you want to reach. So that's a very strong transit for you. For some people, yes, there can be obstacles coming through authority, coming through seniors, or maybe through father or a guardian, or it could be that someone senior is blocking your progress, but it won't happen for a long time. Sun will change that. It is giving you the power to fight and, show your light to the world. You can change everything. You will rise above everything. Okay? So now, in this month, you have retrograde Jupiter in the first house in Pisces. It's over your natal sun, maybe, it's over your natal moon, or just transiting from the first house. This is a time when you are really healing and resolving a lot of issues. No, by the term healing, I doesn't mean that everything good is happening around you. It's just that whatever the pending matters you were dealing with, anything where you don't have an answer, you are struggling to complete that, struggling to deal with it. Now those things are ready to be changed, to be dealt with, and you will successfully do that. First of all, there are a lot of questions deep within you. Will I be able to complete this? Will I be able to heal from the disease I'm dealing with? Will I be able to be more strong in my relationships? Can I change my lifestyle or not? Can I fulfill my work or not? Am I good enough? If I'm good enough, why I can't get more better opportunity? Because Jupiter in your chart is also the 10th lord. So there are a lot of career questions arising in your mind. How to complete this, how to move on from this current work, which I feel is completely toxic and I don't deserve to be here. So this retrograde phase of Jupiter in Pisces till the November this year, it's going to significantly change everything, and you will reach to some kind of conclusion that where you want to go in life, what you want in life. If you want to make a change with respect to health, you will find the ways to do it. You will be more dedicated to that. For some people, remember, this could also be that you are going out of your zone where you should be actually right now. Like your mind is deviating to different things and you're not being able to focus on the current matter. You have been depending upon different things to distract you from the current issue. It could be anything. It could be, some kind of fantasy. It could be food. It could be some kind of activity. There is something which may be very helpful to keep you away from reality. But the thing is, as this greatest teacher goes retrograde in the first house, you need to get rid of those distractions and get back to your working mode and resolve them, because Jupiter here is helping you. Actually, it's 3 times stronger and it's helping you to finally finish it, whatever you have started, whatever problem it might be. Just work on it and it will resolve. A lot of new knowledge is coming to you. A lot of data, information is coming to you. And it will be very helpful because Mercury will transit from 7th house in Virgo after 21st of August. You may meet new people who may guide you in some way. They are giving you some kind of vital information, which was like this missing piece of a puzzle which you wanted. So people are coming into your life. They may inspire you, they may criticize you, but through them you are finding a way out. Jupiter means knowledge, wisdom, but you cannot apply that wisdom until and unless you have the intellect of Mercury. Okay, so that intellect, that sharpness, that wit is required for you in the month of August, and Mercury will help you in that. With respect to love and partnerships, Mercury in Virgo, 7th house, can be a bit challenging. Either you are bringing in a lot of logic, the logic is replacing love in relationships. You're focusing too much on that. That's why Venus is not happy in Virgo. Mercury is transiting from 7th house. It belongs to the house of Venus. So you're bringing in a lot of logic, or there are certain things which needs to be dealt practically in relationship, but you're very, very much into that. You are ignoring the love in your connections, or simply whatsoever partnership or relationship you are dealing with. It's time to really stop criticizing each other and focus on what makes this partnership strong. There will be some changes, some situations, whether it's a business partnership, marriage partnership, even a romantic connection. There will be certain situations which will push you and this other person to deal with certain realities of life. How to work together when you are dealing with some kind of crisis in life. And this is just happening to strengthen the love in relationships. So there are two things. Either you're focusing too much on the logic, you're criticizing each other instead of focusing on love, or it's a situation, a reality, something which is coming into this relationship, and it will help you to bond much better. That reality, that situation will help you to understand how you both have to work towards the responsibilities. But for the most of the time, Mercury will transit from your 6th house in Leo, and in your chart, Mercury is the 7th lord, as well as it is the lord of the 4th house. So you are working a lot for some kind of financial loan. Maybe you want some kind of financial loan, or you want to repay a financial loan. But for most of the time, Mercury will be in Leo, that is your 6th house. So it's time when you will be super, super busy because of your work, and you may not have enough time to pay attention to your relationships towards your domestic life. Major focus is to work on your career growth, and also you're very much concerned about finances, because you have two major planets in the house of finances. Rahu in Aries, 2nd house, Saturn retrograde in Capricorn, 11th house, working much hard, aggressively towards expansion of your finances, expansion of your income. So new strategies, new plannings with respect to getting more financial growth is indicated. And Venus is moving into Cancer, that is your 5th house, and we have a full moon in the 11th house. This indicates a major theme of this month is the romantic connections and important friendships as well. Some people who have always been good to you may turn out to be very bitter. And those people who have been a bit bitter to you always, they may help you unexpectedly. And through this full moon in Capricorn, you will realize how this world works, how the society works. We can never underestimate or overestimate everyone, because every being on this earth do have something good to offer, and of course they carry something bad with them as well, which may trigger you. When we bond with people, whether it's a friendship, any kind of a social connection, the first thing we always see in them is good. That's why we interact with them. We always try to show our best when we meet new people. But gradually you will realize they do have something bad as well. So instead of withdrawing and running away, you should focus a lot on understanding these people, understanding their good and the bad. And of course, if they are toxic, just move out of that place. But sometimes we have to be adaptable to how the people are. So there is a big lesson with the full moon in Capricorn. But the transit of Saturn, it's retrograde in your 11th house, and you also have full moon in Capricorn. So it will make you understand that the good and the bad exist in this world, and even if things are bad, you cannot completely withdraw. You cannot completely surrender to that thing, that person. So a balance needs to be created. That's why Venus is just opposite Saturn in the 5th house in Cancer. Do not completely be moved by your emotions all the time. Sometimes you have to be a little practical as well. A lot of work is required in balancing your relationships. Venus is a karaka of exchange of love, exchange of that emotional affection, connection you share with the world. So if you want to balance your love life, if you want to balance your friendships and relationships, you must work a bit to understand how this other person functions, how this other person reacts. Also, it will help you to earn a lot through your creativity, through your skills as well. You are trying to use your knowledge, your skill in a great way, and it will bring abundance as well. And some kind of a gain from a woman is also indicated at this time. All right. So Mars is also in Taurus this month, which is your 3rd house. Mars in your chart is the 9th as well as the 2nd lord. So Mars is bringing great strength for you. Sometimes, one day you feel powerful, next day you feel weak and fatigued. But now Mars is ready to help you be more consistent with whatever you seek, whatever you want. There can be some kind of conflict with a sibling, but apart from that, Mars is helping you to work greatly on your finances. It will help you in that. And you're very courageous. You're going to be very courageous in the month of August. All right. So now let's look into these cards. See, Venus in Cancer, and opposite to it, Saturn retrograde in Capricorn. The 5th and 11th house axis. Divine source is the idea that no person, place, or thing is your salvation. Only love itself. So it simply means that you need to find love firstly within yourself. The moment you start getting happy with your own self, the moment you start to be kind and loving to self, you will see more love everywhere, in every connection, in every relationship you have. So work on that. You have to really have firm faith on yourself, and it will reflect back to you in every aspect of life. So do not focus too much on your negative side. Do not focus too much on the negative side of everyone. Sometimes we do deal with certain experiences. After that, we just see the bad in everyone. And that's why we have this love card to help you to understand. By trusting yourself, loving yourself, you will see that love coming back to you from every direction. Now, the second one, we have the last quarter moon in Leo, and it says lighten up. So it shows two strong possibilities or two strong energies working in the month of August. Number one, all the things you fear may impact you, and we have Sun in the 6th house. So any kind of fear which you have may impact your journey in a great way. So get rid of that fear. And secondly, it's your own very vitality which may impact your life path in the month of August. And it's very true, Sun reaching to 6th house, you have to work a lot on your health. And the major meaning of this message is, when I forgive myself, I set myself free. Okay, so now I just want to read a bit from the guidebook because I'm new to this deck. So this says get in touch with some lighter and happier feelings to clear away all kind of energetic debris that you have grown out of your fears. A positive attitude towards life now will help clear away any kind of negativity. If you're upset as well, you have to cling to the positivity, and most importantly, forgive yourself. And once you do that, you will see such a relief in your life. Last one is again resonating a lot with the sixth house transit of Sun, and also Saturn in the 11th house. With every challenge you meet, you gain experience. Every day you are leveling up. So each day you are growing up. Don't think that if you're dealing with any challenge, it means that you're not growing, you're stuck. No, you are leveling up so beautifully. It might not be visible to you, but it is happening. You have to keep a bird eye view on your own self and on your growth. So now let's look into some fortune cookie cards and let's end this reading. Jupiter retrograde in the first house. Full moon in Capricorn. Okay. So this says wisdom. To focus on the past is to lose the future. Heed advice from an older person which will allow you to move on. Beautifully describing the Jupiter's placement right now. If you are not enough confident about your own wisdom, about your own intuition, then look out for some kind of help from an older person who have more experiences than you, and this person will help you to move on in life. Then we have signs. Your future positive direction will reveal itself. Any doubts and confusions will soon disappear. Again, this indicates trusting your own self. Sometimes, being patient and trusting yourself, your time, your space is difficult, but this is a sign that things are changing. Whatever trouble you deal with today, it will not be remain there for you tomorrow.